Guys, I'm going to complain for just a minute because I've had a terrible couple of days, but this vlog and what I attempt to do in this vlog is going to make everything so much better, and it's already getting better. I'm telling you, I'm so happy right now, but also the last 24 hours, I have been a mess. I've been a mess, so just let me just tell you all about it just for like 2 seconds, and then we'll get into the proper vlog. I just need to paint a picture for like how much I need this video and how much I need the reads that I'm about to read in this video. So, yesterday, oh my god, yesterday, I don't know if I could describe to you a bigger tragedy than what happened yesterday, but my all-time favourite Charles Leclerc was knocked out of the Brazil F1 race 5 laps in. Wasn't his fault. Knocked out. Turned it off, didn't I? Turned it straight off. It just made me so upset. I was filming the end of my Our Fantasy Bingo episode 2 video, and I was just sad. I was just absolutely sad. I was sad last night. I was sad this morning. And yeah, this morning I woke up, and every Monday I have training at 10:30 a.m. Oh my gosh. So last week my trainer said, oh, do you want to come in at 9:30 instead? And I totally forgot. Totally forgot. So we got to 9:10 a.m., 20 minutes before the session starts, and I'm sitting downstairs, just, you know, pottering on, just like, getting ready. And then I realized, boom, I've got training. I've got training in 20 minutes. So I had to not eat any breakfast, leg it from my house all the way down to training, which takes about like 20 to 25 minutes to walk there. But oh my God, I made it in 15. I made it in 15, didn't I? And bear in mind, I was still not ready by that point. Still had to get my shoes on, pack my bag, everything. Oh, it was an Emboss or Toss filming day miracle. So I did manage to get there, but I just felt so behind. It just set me off wrong for the day, you know? Oh, and also I barely got sleep last night because of Ash and Tobu. Literally keeping me up all bloody night long. Anyway, I got home and I just had a different mindset because I was like, oh, guess what I'm filming today? My anticipated sequels Emboss or Toss vlog. And I have been so excited for this because something is coming out this month, which I may have just received. I may have just received my pre-order from Waterstones. So I'm already like turning this shit around. I'm turning this shit around. No longer am I going to be in a sad boy mood today. I am going to be happy, and that's just what I need to tell myself every single day of my life. Anyway, welcome to Emboss or Toss episode 8. Emboss or Toss is my Read It or Unhaul It series where I get my embosser and I threaten my books. I tell them, if you're good enough for me and you're good enough for my home library, I will emboss you with my lovely little embosser, which I love. I honestly love this so much. As well as my books read this year sign, which I got from Etsy. I'll leave a link down below, not sponsored. And I absolutely love changing the numbers. I love it so much. Anyway, yes, my embosser is still my number one. And if I read the books in this vlog that I don't enjoy, then they will be getting tossed. And when I say toss them, I don't mean in the garbage. I mean, I usually donate them to the library. It's a win-win all round. And I have quite a few sequels that I would like to get to. So let's run through some of them that are on my shelves. I did have a quick little look before I started filming and started pulling some out. So we'll go alphabetical, I think. Firstly, we have We Love You Bunny by Mona Awad. This one I am a little bit apprehensive about because I love Bunny. I read it years ago and it was one of my favorite books of 2022, but I didn't think it really needed a sequel. And some of the reviews that have come in for this have not really been the best, but I'm going to go in with, you know, my own mindset and my own opinions. So I'm still anticipating this. Absolutely. I still really, really want to read it. So this is one of the books I want to read in this video. I also have A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett. I did really enjoy the first book, which was called The Tainted Cup. It was constantly hyped to me, and I don't think it fully lived up to the hype in my personal opinion, but I still gave the first book 4 stars, and I'm still very excited to read the sequel. So A Drop of Corruption is another contender for this vlog. I do think I will get to all the books I'm going to mention. There might be 1, maybe 2 that I don't get to, but these are pretty much the ones I want to read. I also have The Gate of the Feral Gods by Matt Dinniman. This is the 4th book in the Dungeon Crawler Call series, and it's been a few months since I read the 3rd book, and I've been trying to fit this in, but I had vlogs of Halloween. I've had other video projects that I was working on that meant that I couldn't just continue reading Dungeon Crawler Call. But when I said, oh, let's do Emboss or Toss anticipated sequels, this was like one of the number 1 sequels that I really wanted to get in. So I'm doing this vlog kind of mainly for this, but also another book that's coming up. And then we have A Curse Carved in Bone by Daniel L. Jensen. I read the first book, which was A Fade into Blood, for my Goodreads Romantasy video last year, and the Goodreads Choice Awards is coming up. I think maybe this week the nomination's going to be announced, so that's pretty exciting. But I really loved the first book, and I'm very excited to get to the sequel. I think it's just a duology. However, I have heard not so great things from a couple of my friends, especially Steph from Steph Loves. Wasn't the biggest fan of this one, and she also loved the first book, and I loved the first book, so we'll see how we get on with that. And it might be one of those ones that I might not get to in this video. It's not really the top priority out of the books that I want to mention. I also have Enchantra by Kaylie Smith. I also read Phantasma for my Goodreads Choice Awards video last year, and it was one of my favourite books from the blog. So I do have the second book ready to go. It's one of the new editions from Fairy Loot, which is so pretty. And yeah, the first book as well. Oh my gosh, like, oh, so stunning. And yeah, I love Phantasma. What else? What else? Was there another one? I think that might have been it for the ones that I already had on my shelves, but that's still 5 and they're still quite big. But I did just get 2 parcels from Waterstones. These were my pre-orders. And oh, I already know what these are and I'm so excited to open them, but these will also be included in this vlog. So I'm going to unbox these. The first one is Brigands. I need to learn how to bloody pronounce it. I'm anticipating this. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Brigands and Breadknives by Travis Baldree. Now, I thought Legends of Laddies was okay, but I really love Bookshops and Bone Dust. I thought that was great. So this one, is this a prequel? Or is this a sequel? Or is this a sequel to the prequel? I'm actually not 100% sure. I'm also part of the ALC program on Libro FM, and I did manage to get the audiobook of this for free, so I can also, you know, listen in tandem to it. But oh, it's so beautiful. Here's the other 2. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. I don't have Legends and Laddies special edition. I don't know, was there one? I don't know, but I love that. So yes, this is number 6. How much time am I planning on spending in Boss or Toss episode 8? I don't know. I do think I'm going to be leaving myself enough time to read these books because, you know, that's already a lot. That's a big stack. But the creme de la creme, the main reason, I know I said Dungeon Crawl Call for, but the main reason that I need to do this vlog ASAP is because of this one. Let's again open it together because I just cannot freaking wait. Oh my god, this one's hard to get off. That's what she said. Oh my god. I'm so excited. I'm going to burp. Okay. The big reveal, if I can get it out. I'm not saying it. Okay, I managed to get it. I think. Oh, God. Oh no, I didn't. I can't. Oh my god, The Strength of the Few by James Islington. I always get it mixed up. And is this the reversible dust jacket? Yes, it freaking is. I'm taking it straight freaking off and I'm putting on this side because I am not a fan of the new cover. But oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, this is what I was waiting for. Oh, this is what I was waiting for. Make sure I get it on right. Oh, I wish it would just come the right way around, honestly. It's so nerve-wracking trying to get the dust jacket on properly. Baby, this is what you can. I don't want to mess it up. Oh, I think I did it. Oh, I think I did it. I think I did a good job as well. The Strength of the Few. This is better. This is much better. Oh, where's the first one? Where's the first one? Where's the first one? Where's the first one? Where is the first one? Oh my god. JK. Oh, here it is. Here's the first one. Oh, thank God. They match. They match. Oh, that's all I wanted. Oh, publishers, I love you. But I would have loved you more if you gave us a fucking art copy. Anyway, this is the one, the sequel to The Will of the Many. And The Will of the Many was my favourite book of 2024, at least like new book of 2024. I think I might have put The Lord of the Rings as number 1. I'm already forgetting what my favourite books of 2024 were. But I believe The Will of the Many was my brand new to me book because The Lord of the Rings was a reread. But The Will of the Many was my brand new 2024 love of my life, essentially. So I'm not waiting a moment longer to read this. Well, actually I am because I'm not going to read this first for the blog. I know, you would think I would. But, you know, I've got to drag it out a little bit, you know? I feel like, baby, this is what you came for as well. So in order to get that retention, in order to get you guys watching, I want to save this one for maybe a few days down the line. Wow, look at this though, wow. And you know what's so funny as well is that I have another pre-order coming on the 18th. It is currently the 10th today, I want to say, or the 9th of November. And I have a pre-order for the next book in the Quicksilver series called Brimstone by Callie, Hart. And I do have the first book here as well. I wasn't really taken by, you know, these editions, but I've grown to like them. I'm going to have to take what I can get. But Quicksilver also read for the Romantasy video last year, and it became one of my favorite books of the year. So I'm very excited for the sequel. So the sequel isn't coming out for like another week. Hoping my Waterstones pre-order comes in pretty early. That would be amazing. But I do plan on reading Brimstone as well in this vlog. It'll probably be the very last book that I read because, yeah, I've got a whole last week to wait for it. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But oh my lord, your very self you gave us. But yeah, I have to like the books and emboss them. If not, then they will be getting tossed. And that will be devastating considering all of these are anticipated sequels. They are anticipated. I want to keep all of them. I want to emboss all of them. But I've never been happier for it to be offered a video in my life. This has made me so excited, and I apologize if you can't really take too much from this video because these are all sequels, but I still hope you enjoyed the video anyway, so please give it a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you haven't already, also hype up the video as well. I believe there's like a hype feature now, which has just come out of nowhere, and I think you can use hype points for it, so if you want to hype the video as well, amazing, thank you so much. But let's get into it. I don't even know what I want to read first, like I could read all of them first. I genuinely could. I feel like I might start with the one I'm the most scared of, and that's We Love You Bunny by Mona Awad. I think I'm going to start with this one. Tobo, it's 3 p.m. I can't believe you're at the pub. I can't believe you're at the pub at this time. The pure impact. Oh my god. I think Daddy's been a bad influence on you, hasn't he? Yeah. Oh, look at you. Leaving drunk. Could barely walk straight. Now, should I have reread Bunny before reading We Love You Bunny? Possibly. Out of all of the first books in these series, I think this is the one where it's been the most amount of time between reading this and the sequel. However, I did find that I did highlight a fair bit in this book. So I'm just going to quickly have a little look through my highlights, just say what I thought of like these specific lines and see if anything comes back to me. But this book did follow Samantha, and she joins Warren University and she meets the bunnies. Like, there are a small group of girls and they are very cult-like. They call each other bunny, they compliment each other so much, and there's just a little something strange about these bunnies. And I remember I read this for, I had like my friend's favorite books, or I unsubscribed from their channel. I read this one because this was one of Kayla's favorites, and I also loved it. I remember as well reading these on reading sprints in my old house. Oh my gosh, what a throwback. And for some reason I remember those reading sprints specifically because they were just good vibes. I was having a good day. So that's kind of essentially what Bunny is about. Oh, it's part of the Bunnyverse. Oh, and we do follow Samantha again, so we haven't replaced the characters. In We Love You Bunny, Sam has just published her first novel to critical acclaim, and the bunnies are not happy with how they're portrayed in the book that Sam has wrote. So to sound good, this book is 477 pages. It is a beautiful Monday here, so I think I could spend the rest of today reading as much of this as I possibly can. I have nothing else to do. Well, I'm sure there's something. Oh my god, guys. Is this whole thing in second person? Hello, darkness, my old friend. Do not tell me this is all in second person. My arch nemesis. No, I have 3 arch nemesi. Florence at the library, always checking out the books I want. Allan, the train barrier person, always putting that barrier down when he sees me coming. In second person narratives. My 3 main enemies. Okay. Maybe it's just like the start of this that's like second person potentially. But then again, the title of this book is We Love You Bunny, and I feel like maybe the whole point of this is that it's second person. And I'm gonna continue. Let's see if This continues the entire way through. How did I not know it was second person? I've seen people read it. I've seen Kayla read it. I've seen Sid read it. Ain't no fuck I warned me. I just lost about an hour of reading because of Torbu. It was so adorable, just lying for an hour. It was an actual hour. He was fast asleep. I couldn't move. I couldn't go wee. It was so cute for like the first 20 minutes, but after that, I couldn't put anything on the TV. I couldn't pick up my book to read. It was adorable. I love when my babies actually show love and affection. So that was lovely. But I have decided to DNF We Love You Bunny Bunny, because I cannot get on with the writing style of this one. I hate it. I hate it. I made it because I was thinking, oh, maybe it's just the start, but I do think it continues on because this book is split into sections. I've just gotten to the section Creepy Doll, and then a different bunny has taken over the story. And it's just like, hi, that's all very well and good, but I think it's time for me to seriously come and take over, okay, bunny? And I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up to be a bunny. I thought at first, okay, if it was just going to be one chapter, that's fine. Because the prologue was like, hi, bunny, it's been a while, hasn't it? We missed you, we really did. So much, and look at you now. Wow. And I was like, yeah, look at me now. Look at me now. And then she said, all gossed out, back to wearing your scary black clothes and your dark hair hanging in front of your eyes. I'm like, bitch, I'm wearing white. And that's what takes me out of these second person narratives. I know for a fact you're not talking to me, so why try it? But this is making you assume the role of Samantha, the main character. But like, Samantha doesn't talk. Samantha's gagged. Samantha's bound. And I was not gagged. I was not bound. And I liked, to begin with, like how it made me feel like a bunny, because I was like, oh, I've joined the club. I really don't want to be part of this club, but let's see how unsettling this can be. But it just went downhill so quickly. I literally said on the next page, and now I don't like it. I just hate it in a second person narrative when they're talking to you and they're saying things like, the four of us standing close and adorable in our rabbit mask, making a semicircle of such love and understanding all around you, our dresses shining prettily by the light of the hunter's moon. That takes me out of the story. You know, when they're just like describing things and it's like, you're talking to someone. This doesn't sound right. Our dresses shine prettily by the light of the hunter's moon. shut up. And I just hate the constant repetition of questions. Hi there, bunny, remember me? I'll just hang on the X while we talk. Is that okay with you? Before we were 1, we were 4, weren't we? To go back there, we have to go all the way back to that first year, that first fall, don't we? And what strange and beautiful fall it was, remember, bunny? Oh my gosh, that was like back to back to back. The constant asking of questions was really pissing me off. And I was trying so hard to find things that I was loving about this. So the first bunny that we get a perspective from is Caroline/Coraline. And I like that she was talking about her mother. And I was like, okay, I can latch onto this. I can latch onto the fact that she's talking about a very overtly judgmental mother. And I do love themes that explore motherhood and like bad mothers sometimes, you know? And it sounds like her mother was just really constantly judging, calling things whorish and slutty. And it really would have an effect on someone. And so I was like, okay, I can try and look for positives. And it was okay when we really got into the meat of telling the backstory of the bunnies and how they met to Samantha. But then it would just take me out of it when there would just be like a random question or just like assuming that you are the character, the main character in this. I can't do it. Honestly, it's just taking away all of like the intrigue. A lot of the stuff I loved in Bunny was like kind of how vague some of it was and how much you had to kind of fill in the blanks yourself. This one is just telling you everything, every question. And I'm saying this as only reading the first 50 pages, but already the mystique is gone. The mystery is gone. The allure of the bunnies, gone. What's that, bunny? You can't raise your glass all because of the restraints? That's right. Like, how does that not piss you off? You know what I mean? Like, how does that not piss you off? Maybe I'm just overly sensitive. I am a Cancer moon and Cancer rising after all, but this felt like a personal attack. I can't believe my very first book for the vlog I've been anticipating the most. For my anticipated sequels vlog, and it's a DNF. A DNF, page 51. As soon as we got to that next section, I was like, nah, I'm tapping out, bunny. Yeah, I can't do it. I just read the second paragraph of this page. I can't do it. I can't do it. I just hate second person so much. So, bunny, first book of the vlog, failure. This will be getting tossed. I may never reread Bunny. I fear this might have ruined it. So I was like, okay, I really want like a win. Like I want a definite win. Something that I know I'm gonna love. Like no questions asked. So obviously like The Gate of the Feral Gods by Matt Dinniman. Dungeon Crawler Call book number 4 would have been the obvious choice. But I want to read this physically and listen to the audiobook at the same time. And I really don't fancy listening to an audiobook. Like today, I really do just want to sit here and read with my eyeballs, nothing in my ears. You know, that's the one thing about listening to audiobooks is when I have headphones on for so long. And I've gotten AirPods as well because my over-the-ear headphones were starting to like crush my ears and not feeling comfortable after a while. So I got AirPods to make that better. And that's all fine and well. It does feel better, but at the same time, that's still things in my ears. And I don't really want to sit here with things in my ears. So I'm gonna not do Gate of the Feral Gods right now, even though I would freaking love to. And instead, I'm gonna do A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is gonna be my second book of the blog, and hopefully not a DNF. So The Tainted Cup was a murder mystery set in a fantasy world, and it was one of the few, I think it's like one of the first ever murder mystery fantasies I'd ever read. And it was very interesting, very intriguing, really enjoyed it. And we do follow a detective and her assistant, and it was good. It was a very good time. So in this one, a treasury officer has vanished, abducted from an impenetrable tower. So that's kind of what I love about the like murder mystery in this series, is that it is a seemingly impossible kind of circumstance that happens, and that really does help to set it apart from other like murder mysteries. You know, I read a lot of Agatha Christie, so I feel like I am a little bit good at them sometimes. Ooh, and the killer seems to be able to pass through warded doors like a ghost and can predict every move that Anna makes. Okay, that sounds really good. Okay, this is definitely the one that I'm going to be starting next. I'm kind of unintentionally going in alphabetical order, actually. Because, yeah, we start with Awad, and then we move to Bennett. And I do think after this, I will go on to Dinniman. But let's see how far I get through this tonight. Gabby, my love Gabby Reads, has just put early access for a Stephen King video, reading one of my favorite Stephen King books. And I need to know if she liked it or not. So that's fortunate timing. I will probably have a little bit of a break, have something to eat, and watch Gabby's video. This is one of Stephen King's books that was published a little bit more recently. This one came out in 2018. Well, it is currently 10 p.m. and I have been non-stop reading. I am 249. I should have just kept reading. Hit the 250 page mark. 249 pages. I just read, well, 248, and I'm on page 249. 248 pages non-stop. Oh wow, I didn't want to put this down, honestly. I was loving it. And I'm still loving it. I'm saying was as if it's like the past tense when it's not. It is a current tense. It is current tense. I really enjoy it. And like, I know, again, like I gave the Tina Cup 4 stars. The things that I really did love about the Tina Cup are very present in this one, especially the humor, especially the character dynamic between Ana and Din. So Ana is the detective, the main investigator, and Din is her assistant. This is Din's point of view. So we mainly see Ana through like Din's perspective. And I fucking love Ana. Honestly, she is so funny. She's probably better, like personality wise, than say Poirot and Sherlock Holmes. She has all things, but she is not shy about using the F word, for instance. And the amount of time she says, "Oh, Titan's tamed," just like her humor is just, oh, so good. I love when she just goes off on one. So the main thing I love as well is that the plot kicks off literally straight away. Like literally in chapter 1, we have them coming to the body to, see what happened. And it's so vile. It is so vile the way it's described. First there was a hand, the fingers curled as if gripping an invisible ball. Its fingernails were the colour of tea and were darker than the flesh, which was a pale grey. It was ragged at the wrists, the delicate bones there ending in shattered splinters, their spongy marrow permeated with dark stains. Next to that, a chunk of torso, headless and armless, most of the left shoulder and rib cage, but not much else. It just goes on and on. Like there's more, there is more, but it's just so gnarly and so vile. And I love that because, yeah, we have to remember as well that this is a fantasy world, a fantasy setting where it's extremely dangerous and awful, terrible stuff like this can happen. And so the investigation starts pretty much straight away. And I love it. I love how quickly we get into it. There is no waffle. With Agatha Christie, for instance, she will take half the book sometimes before there's even a victim. And then in some cases, like the frickin' Miss Marple books, Miss Marple doesn't even investigate. Oh, Miss Marple is another of my enemies. So we have Florence, Allan, Miss Marple in second person point of views. And what I wanted to see more of in the sequel is say more of the Empire, saying more of the kingdoms and in the settings themselves. And it's doing such a great job at doing that. We are in Yarrowdale by chapter 3. As Mallow and I passed through where the place seemed all cheerful, rambling roofs and rollicking movement, the damp lanes packed with tradesfolk and pack animals and imperial officers, mostly apophs going by the rivers of crimson cloaks surging around me. Tall, flowering, fret-vine buildings were piled up on either side of the street, the sea-facing sides blooming with bright green moss, like slices of toast layered with a curiously green butter. A band of pipers and drummers played at crossroads ahead. I love that. I love the descriptions. It's hitting all the right notes. It's hitting all the right notes. And with the characters as well, like, I'm not really learning anything too much new about them, but their personalities are just shining. They are just shining. They're making me like them even more. It's like I don't need to know that much more about them. I just love the way that they are around one another. I love the way they tackle their jobs. And I say that I'm not really learning too much more about them. I am getting a sense of who they are as people. So for instance, with Din, I don't know why I don't tab. So we do have Ana investigating. And she is like, I have my ideas about why, but I would prefer to prove the how first. Like, she's very tactical and very practical. Are those the right 2 words, I wonder? The right 2 words to describe her. She, the way that she tackles this whole thing, honestly, she takes such command. And yeah, she has to be very precise about it, which is why I compared her a little bit to like Poirot and Sherlock Holmes, for instance. Even though I still haven't read Sherlock Holmes and I really need to. But I love her directness. So she's talking about like individual tissue samples that she wants. So she's like, spit is easiest, but just in case you've got someone else's spit in your mouth, we also ask for piss. Less likely to have someone else's piss in their belly. Just like, who thinks of that? Well, obviously Ana, and like investigators, I guess. But do you understand what I mean about her being like very precise? And sometimes maybe a little bit too precise. But there was a good moment between Din and Ana that I'm trying to find. And this is mostly for like character progression than like anything else. Like I'm not going to spoil any of the story. I am finding the murder mystery to be very fascinating as we are chugging along very nicely. Now I think I am like halfway through, well just over halfway through. Where are ya? Oh my god. This is not the, I mean, it is a great moment between them. It's not the moment that I was talking about. You know, she has no boundaries, really. In like her observation, she says, I mean that I know you slipped out the other night, boy, despite my specific orders that you rest. And while I do not know where your spiritual serenity lies, I'm pretty sure it isn't in another person's bed or ass or whatever the hell it is you keep getting up to in the evenings. And Dinner's like, I was so mortified that I nearly fainted straight away. Oh, by hell, I whispered. Even he is not prepared for what she comes out with sometimes. But this is what I like. And again, I don't think this is like spoilers or anything. It's really just showing you the characters and what they kind of strive for. And, you know, she's talking about like duty and saying that Din is a decent young man dreaming of serving our most honoured Ayalat. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ayalat. It's not the most preposterous thing. You know, I'm going to say if I can get the audiobook tomorrow, because I do want to go to the gym in the morning, and I always listen to music on the way to the gym, while I'm in the gym, and on the way back from the gym. But if I listen to an audiobook, it might help me. So I want to see if I can get the audiobook for this. I'll be able to learn pronunciations then. And she's like, yeah, tell me, do you really think you do no good in your service, child, that this duty does not matter? And he says, I do try to think so, ma'am. But when we come, the deed is already done. The body is cold, the blood cleaned away. We often find the killer, but that heals nothing as far as I can see. It only leads to a rope or a cage and many more tears. Is it so strange a thing, ma'am, to helplessly look upon the slain and dream of instead saving lives? So I think that really gave a good sense of Din as a person and what he wants from like investigations. And yeah, when you get to the scene of the crime, when you're investigating a murder, like the deed is already done. Like you can't help. I mean, you can get the person behind bars, of course, but like you can't save anyone. You can't save that person. You can save future people, of course. But like, I understand what Din means. I'm probably not doing a good job at explaining it. It is 10 o'clock at night after all. I should probably be winding down for bed, but I feel a little bit wired actually. Could probably still be even later. Anyway, I do love the fact that Din is still able to learn so much from Ana. I think it's great. Was there anything else? I'm just like highlighting the funny parts when Ana says something funny. Okay, last thing, and it's literally just like the last thing I read as well. It was like in chapter 31. When Din comes to her with some information, and she's like, I assume you gleaned this rather insightful bit of cultural information from the Pythian girl who fucked you halfway across the room and back last night, yes? Just by my very strict and clear orders that you rest. Honestly, she's so into him resting. And he's like, well, ma'am. And she says, I not only heard every thump, but I am sure everyone up and down the street did as well. Perhaps you should have charged bypasses a half-tallion for the show. I mean, Titans tamed, Din. I don't even know why I bother giving you orders anymore. And Din says, you asked us to prepare our uniforms? And she says, I would have thought that fucking obvious. I fucking love her. She's awesome. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I have to say about the first part of this. Really like it. As I've hopefully demonstrated, really like it so far. I might even be preferring it over the Tainted Cup at the minute, potentially. Maybe it was timing as well for the Tainted Cup. Maybe I would have given that a 5-star. Maybe I would have loved it even more had I read that at a different time. But no, I am really vibing. Can't get any worse than a DNF though, can we? Can't get any worse than We Love You Bunny, unfortunately, for Mona Awad. So I am feeling a little bit wired. I might try and like rest and calm down for bed. Because it is 10, because I still would love to go to the gym early enough. So I would still like to get up early-ish. And I also have reading sprints tomorrow on Patreon. I would love to get this finished before Patreon sprints, which I will be able to do if I lock in. And let me just check to see if I can get the audiobook on something. I mean, I don't have Audible anymore because I was barely using it, but I still have 12 credits. I still have 12 credits to use. But let's check Everend. Actually, no, Everend is a bit shit. Let's check Libby. Please hold. 4 week speed. Okay, let's not do that. Don't really want to do a book because that's only 2 times speed. Spotify. It's on Spotify. It's on Spotify. Okay, let me find where I am. Part 4, Death in the Sea, chapter 32.
4. Death in the High City. Chapter 32. Almost instantly,
Yay! Well, that's made me very happy.
They seem to unravel.
Because, and it says I'm 53% in. Okay, so I will be able to listen to it on the way to, during, and from the gym. But it depends. If the music's too loud in the gym and I can't concentrate, then I will listen to music instead. And just finish a draw of corruption when I come home.
And I'm about halfway through this. By the time I hit the sack tonight, I'll be about 200 pages in, be right around halfway through this. So I should be wrapping this up Tuesday. And then I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to have Janny come on and hang out, and we can talk about this amazing, lovely book that she finds.
Okay, so I decided not to go to the gym this morning. It is Tuesday morning. Well, it's now 12. It is now 12, and I'm so glad I didn't go because the Goodreads Choice Awards was announced, and I needed to film the introduction. It took a little bit of a while because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do this year, like which category. So I decided this year I would just tally up how many books on each of the long lists I was the most excited for to read, and whatever one would be the category I would pick. And that helps me to keep it exciting because I want to read books that I want to read, you know? So I have ended up doing that, and I've managed to film that and pick the category and stuff like that and sort it. But yeah, it does mean that I'm maybe a little bit behind. I have reading sprints in now just under 4 hours, and I really want to get A Drop of Corruption finished before then. So I might have to push the sprints back just a little bit so I can get this done and review it. So yeah, if I'd gone to the gym this morning, I would not have had time for any of this. It's also raining. It is a bit miserable, and I would have had to have walked all the way there and all the way back, and it's just not really a vibe when it's as miserable as it is outside. And I do really want to continue this on. I want to finish it. I'm so excited to finish it, honestly. And yeah, I'm still enjoying it. I haven't read anything else from, you know, last night. I'm still on page 249. So I'm going to quickly make myself another coffee. This is my second coffee. I'm about to make my third. About to make my third coffee because I'm going to need it today, I think. I'm going to need it. Because it's just all exciting, isn't it? It's so exciting with all the stuff with the Goodreads Choice Awards, even though I don't even use Goodreads anymore. It's just like, it's all so exciting. And also, yeah, reading good books too. Reading fantastic freaking books also helps. So yeah, let's make another coffee. I am going to put on the Spotify. I mean, I was listening to some Christmas songs as I was like important footage and stuff. But yeah, let's work, Gav. Let's get back to work. You better work, bitch. So I'm going to put on the audiobook. And I hope the audiobook's good as well. I don't want it to affect my enjoyment of this book.
That I'm growing
Okay, I have a few steps I have to go through whenever I finish reading a book. I'm gonna change the total on my really beautiful books read this year. I love doing that. I love doing it so much. And I've added to my spreadsheet because I have just finished A Drop of Corruption. And we are going to emboss this motherfucker. So let's do this. My first emboss of this episode, and I freaking love this. I gave it 4.5 stars. I prefer it over the Tainted Cup, which is, well, actually, I don't know how people feel about that. Do people like this more than the Tainted Cup? Maybe. A lot of times it's just hard to beat the original, but this one, it went against all odds, and I just love the characters even more now. It seems like each installment that we get in this series, we get so much more to do with like their personalities and the character dynamics, how they work together and how that fits in with this world. Lots of surprising revelations came out, a good couple of confrontations, as well as the mystery really picked up and was exposed. And I love the exploration of all of that. There's a really fascinating author's note at the end that's definitely well worth the read, to do with, I mean, even Terry Pratchett's mentioned. And the rest of the audiobook that I listened to was very good. Like, the audiobook narrator did a good job at narrating the voices, kept me intrigued, kept me captivated the entire way through. Yeah, just some things I didn't see coming continue to make me laugh. Just not many more new thoughts that I have for this. So I'm going to shut up about it now. It was great. It was absolutely great. I loved it. So we shall put that on top of We Love You, Bunny. More like We Hate You, Bunny. And I have my Patreon reading sprints in half an hour, so perfect timing to finish A Drop of Corruption as well. And I'm about to start The Gate of the Feral Gods. Oh, genuinely so excited for this. Oh, I have been waiting for this. And then after this one, I will do The Strength of the Few. The only reason why I'm not doing it right now is, one, I would like to wait for it to be like more towards the middle of the vlog, but also I would rather not read it during reading sprints. I would rather not have to keep stopping and starting whenever the timer will go off. So I'm saving that one for when I don't have any live shows. So I have the strategy, but I have the audiobook for this ready to go as well. So I'm going to sit here, well, in about half an hour. I don't want to like walk around and stuff because, yeah, I haven't really done much today except plan things, film things. And if you do not know, I don't know where you've been, because Dungeon Crawler Call has been like one of my favorite series of the past year. And I actually read the first Dungeon Crawler Call in episode 2 of Emboss. And I made my best books of 2024. And the series is essentially set in a world where everyone is pretty much crushed if they are under a building or under any kind of ceiling structure, anything like that, they are crushed. And anyone who has survived, they get put into these dungeons where they have to level up. And it's a little RPG. We follow Carl and Princess Donna. Princess Donna is his girlfriend's cat, or ex-girlfriend's cat. And they make such a fantastic pair. Love this so much. Yeah, oh my god, my camera is going absolutely batshit crazy. You know, I feel like I might have to buy a new one, which is honestly making me so sad because I haven't even had it a year yet. Well, nearly a year. It's because I went to Norway and it got really damaged by the rain. It keeps doing like this flickering thing and it's really making me anxious. Okay, I have done a soft reboot on my camera in the hopes that maybe it's fixed the problems that I've been experiencing with it, because I really can't have this thing break. I really can't. Anyway, I did do my reading sprint yesterday and I got page 264. I am in the middle of a chapter, which is terrible, but I read so freaking much yesterday and I am loving it. I might even be enjoying it more than the last couple of books I've read in the series. I think the first two books, Dungeon Crawler Call and Call's Doomsday Scenario, are like my favorite books so far. And then the third book was still great, but it just like wasn't my favorite. I found it a little bit convoluted, like the train systems in it was like a little bit, I might have to give it a reread and, you know, like really come to grips with what Matt Dinniman was doing with that book. But this one feels like it could be the next 5-star. It feels like it could be the next 5-star already. I'm fucking loving it. I'm loving it so much. Also, audiobook, again, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Oh no, there's a cat. There's a cat like in my garden, kind of out my garden. It's on the fence. Ash is looking. The only cat that Ash will not like try to attack through the window. Oh, it's so cute as well. There's two. Oh my God. There's two. Oh, this could be drama. Oh, look at them. Look at them. And Ash. Oh, he's ready. One of them's just jumped off. Oh, that little fucker. He is trouble. To be fair, he is trouble. And I'm pretty sure he's trying to chase that girl cat. I think he might be in heat. Potentially. That poor stray who I usually feed, he was trying to get her under the car a few months ago. And he was like doing that whole yowling thing. And yeah, he's just a little troublemaker. So Ash really doesn't like him. Ash really does not like him. So I wonder what he's doing now. What's his next move? Oh, he's coming closer. Ash, get ready. Ash, get ready. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Anyway, sorry. I'm so distracted by it. The only thing that I live for these days, because I have no neighbor drama, is like the local cat drama. But yeah, Ash will not like attack like any of the female cats. He'll only attack like the male cats. If like one of them comes up to the window, he'll try and attack. But if it's a female one, like the stray I usually feed, he just likes to sit there and watch her. Anyway, yeah, freaking love this. Could potentially be a 5-star. I mean, one of the things that I never really mention whenever I talk about the series is that there is a kind of reality TV show aspect to it as well. And it's so cool because it is like called Dungeon Crawler World, and they each have stats and they can like move up and down the rankings and things like that. And I love that angle of it so much because it does lead to some like really comedic moments, especially with like Princess Donut and like the kind of operator person that they usually talk to. And it's so funny. There have been a couple of times where it hasn't been as funny. Like, I wasn't a big fan of like the prostitute angle in the third book, and some of that is coming into it again in this one. I'm just like loving like references to like the Kardashians, for instance, stuff like that. And oh yeah, so like the main plot of this one. So one thing that I do worry about sometimes with this series is that maybe the next one will just be a sort of rehash of the previous one, because the main goal of the series is that all of the crawlers are each on a floor, and that floor will collapse after a certain amount of time, so they need to get to the next floor before that happens. And that could potentially get overdone, but every single floor has been pretty much different, and there's usually like different goals, different quests, different boss battles, different things that you have to like kind of, you know, overcome on these floors, and it's just been so good. So I finally, like 225 pages in, there has been like the Gate of the Feral Gods, new quest, the Gate of the Feral Gods. And I'm telling you, I love the audiobook whenever there is like an announcement from the AI. There's like new achievement, but like it's like new quest, the Gate of the Feral Gods. And this one just sounds so exciting. It's Henrik the Changeling, Commandant Kane, the Mad Dune Mage. They all have pieces of the artifact. Take it from them, collect all three, put them together. What happens next is pretty damn neat. Reward? Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. And I'm just like, tell me, I'm so excited. Yeah, there was a really random ass boss battle before this as well. That was so funny, but like also kind of a little bit intense and intimidating too. Let's just say, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but let's just say Lemonade. Like, if you know, you know. This was funny as well. New achievement, Cannonball. You fell from a great height and you survived. You know who else fell from it? You know what? Never mind, fuck you. It's just like the amount of times the AI is so like sassy is hilarious. I will say, like my friend Jade, she did DNF the first book, which broke my heart. But like there is like a feat fetish thing that the AI has, and at least once a book it is brought up. So I genuinely, I understand. I understand if people don't like it, but like even in the audiobook, it makes my skin crawl. But like even in the audiobook, you'll hear the AI talking about feet, and he has like a different voice, and it's a really breathy, like seedy kind of voice, and it is creepy. It is supposed to be, so like I don't mind it too much, but like whenever that comes on, I'm like, oh god, stop, just stop. It makes me laugh, but also I get it. It's so weird. It is so weird. So yeah, the AI has been on it, like so sassy, so good. And yeah, some of the quests are just fantastic. I love it. Like there was a quest, squeeze out the juice box. Must save hometown from inevitable bombardment, which will occur when the timer reaches 0. You'll also receive my undying respect because there is no way in hell even you can pull this off. Oh, I love the way that the AI just talks to them. It's just fantastic. You know, just very, is colloquial? Is colloquial the right word? I feel like I haven't heard that word in a while. I'm pretty sure I used that when I was at uni in essays, and it was like, you know, like laid back, chill, not professional. Colloquial. I need to Google this now. That word just popped up. Colloquial meaning. Used in ordinary or familiar conversation, not formal or literary. Yeah, a lot of the times the AI can be colloquial, and that just makes me feel so like great about it, because I'm like, this is so engaging, this is so entertaining. And I'm telling you, I freaking love being able to listen to the audiobook and read this physically at the same time, because it just makes me so excited to actually read. And that's something that I have struggled with in the past, absolutely, is like finding that excitement to read. In this year, I did hit my very first reading slump, which it was not fun. It was not fun for anyone involved. But like reading books like this, it makes me so excited and so happy, and it reminds me why I love reading. So that's one of the things that I genuinely do love. I love Mordecai as well. Love that we still get a little bit of Mordecai every now and then. I'm being very vague on like some of the things as well, because hey, this is book 4. I don't want to say too much. Another one. New achievement. Total utter failure. You failed a quest less than 5 minutes after you received it. Now that's talent. Reward? Ha! Oh my god, it's so good. And you might not find that funny, but I really do. It has to be within the context, okay? It's within the context of everything. And yeah, a lot of the times at the start of books as well, there's like a little bit of an inventory kind of section where they open up some loot boxes, they have their achievement boxes or things like that. And it's really fun and entertaining to read what they get, like whether it's a map, like if they get a map to a place, or it's like a new spell that they can equip. Oh, it's just so good. I freaking love it. I love it so much. Yeah, I think this is on its way to being a 5-star, because the new quest, the Gate of the Feral Gods quest, is getting me so excited, so hype. I'm just like looking through, because I have underlined quite a lot. Had to stop using my bloody highlighters. I have highlighters for like 2 seconds before they start running out. I must highlight like it's nobody's business, because yeah, they start drying up like so quickly. So quickly. And like I bought them for my Twilight video, and when I was like annotating and highlighting in my Twilight books, and they've dried up. They've dried the hell up. Admin note, there is a new tab available in your interface. Like I can see this as a video game. I can see it in my head. I can imagine them opening up the menu and there being tabs like map, inventory, characters, you know, things like that. That makes it really exciting to play video games. And I also love as well when we do get little hints of like life before all of this happened. So especially between Carl and Princess Donut, they're reminiscing a little bit on life before. And Carl says, hey Donut, if we were back home, we'd finally be able to knock over the vase off the high shelf. And Princess Donut is like, that thing was a menace, Carl. It was haunted. And you know, it just like, it reminds me that there was a life before all of this. And it just makes the characters feel even more real, believable. Oh, yeah, I found it. It's page 21 for anyone who wants to know. If you don't like the whole foot fetish thing, page 21 is when it happens. Yeah, the AI is creepy. I'm touching myself and smoking a cigarette voice. So even Carl calls it out. It's like, it's never something that is, you know, like rewarded itself, like the whole AI being creepy thing. Like even Carl is like, oh god, like that is genuinely so fucked up, the way that the AI is talking about feet. He's like, even he gets creeped out as well. So it's not like it's a thing. And hey, look, if someone has a foot fetish, genuinely, that's absolutely fine. You do you, hun. You do you. I do not judge. I do not judge. I don't mind feet. I wouldn't say it was a kink of mine. I don't mind them. Anyway, we're going to continue on. What I want to do is For the next like hour, I'm gonna listen to just the audiobook of this because I do have a brand new Christmas tree that I want to put up. And hey, you can help me put it up as well if you want, or you can just like sit there and watch, you lazy bitch. I really want to put up my Christmas tree. I have my Christmas jumper on. I do have as well, I'll show you. I have a garland thing that I've put on the banister, and I am gonna try and get like maybe some like zip ties or something, if you can really see. Because it is a beautiful, beautiful garland. And I wanted to, like, maybe you guys will have a suggestion on what I can do with it, but like, I want it to lie flat on the banister, like going all the way down. And I feel like maybe having like white zip ties, maybe to go around and to keep it in place would be the right way forward. So I'm slowly starting to get the Christmas decorations out. And yeah, I've just like put it on here for now because I don't have zip ties. I don't have anything. I don't think that I can use to like stick it on. It's quite heavy. It's quite a heavy garland, so I don't think I'll be able to just, you know, use something light. I don't think I'll be able to just like blue tack it or command strip it. I don't think it would be heavy enough. Whoa, my hair looks so grey in this light. You know what, embrace it. But yeah, I love me some garland. I really do want to try and be a little bit more Christmassy this year. I don't think I was that Christmassy last year for whatever reason. And it was my first Christmas in this house. I want my second Christmas to be even better. So for the Christmas tree as well, I have like nowhere else really to put it in the living room. So I might have to put it in front of the bookcases there with my films on. So I'll have to have like the tree like literally right in front of it to like, it will block the view, which I'm not really a fan of, but at the same time, it's fine. It literally is like the only place in this room. I mean, ignore the mess. It is very messy in this here living room right now, but there's like nowhere else really where I can put it because it won't fit behind the sofa. I could try and move the sofa back, maybe put the lamp away for now. Like I don't need the two lamps in the living room while I've got like Christmas lights on potentially. I could maybe do that and then maybe push this. But the thing is though, if I try and put it at the end, because that's what I was thinking, like if I push the sofa back and then put the Christmas tree at the end here, it would still, I don't think it would look great because like the end of this sofa is, you know, the Christmas tree would be right there. And I don't think having it like that close to the sofa would be that good. I don't know. I'm just going to put it up here. It's pretty much where I had it last year, except I only had one bookshelf last year, so it was fine being in front of it. But now I have two. So it's like, it's fine. I'm sure it'll look great. Let's do it. So I'm going to listen to my audiobook, and then we're going to put up the tree. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
I have just taken everything out of my downstairs closet, right? I've taken everything out. And I have no idea where my Christmas decorations are. They're not in that box, not in any of the other boxes. I have no idea where I put the rest of them. I was pretty sure I just threw, because I found this box, and that has like more of the Halloween decorations in. And there was like a reindeer thing. I have no idea where my other Christmas decorations are. I definitely didn't throw all of them out. I'm pretty sure I didn't throw all of the decorations out. What? I was about to put some more decorations up. Yeah, literally the only things that I found was this shitty little Olaf thing, which I do like, to be fair. And this Stitch thing as well. That's all I found. Where are they? That's the only closet I have. There's one upstairs, but that was like filled with like books to donate to the library, which is now pretty much empty. Where? What in the world? What in the world? I was 100% correct. This has turned into a 5-star. It is my second 5-star in the series. Honestly, it's just the creativity of it all. The creativity, I don't understand what goes on in his head when he creates these worlds and these levels and these floors. It's just so wonderful. Freaking loved it. And there was an element introduced in book 3 that is really gonna like take the plot in a really good direction. And it's actually like not just the fact that Carl is a player in this world, but now like things are moving at a really good pace where it's like we are moving towards a goal, if that makes sense. Like there is a goal in sight, and it's something that does make me so excited to continue reading. Makes me wonder, how in the world is there going to be 10 books in this? This is book number 4. You're telling me there's 6 books left, and already we're seeing like the threads of what could potentially be an end game for the series? Like already, and considering the books get bigger and bigger. Like isn't the 7th book like 800 pages? Like what? But I'm not complaining. I am so excited, so excited to see what comes next. Book 5 is going to be phenomenal. I just know it. I already love the title of it, The Butcher's Masquerade. What a phenomenal title, genuinely. Oh, but yeah, I had so much fun. So much fun just like sitting down here, just admiring, you know, the Christmas tree, having the Christmas ambience on as well. I've got Tobu down here as well. He's taking my seat. This is where I've been sitting. And he was like, you know what, that looks nice and warm. I'm going to take it now, bitch. Isn't that correct? Isn't that correct? Oh, he's been so good today. Are you going to have some treats later? Treats? Maybe in like an hour or so. It's still kind of early-ish, you know. It's only like 5:30 p.m. I still have the rest of the day ahead of me. But it feels like 10 p.m. because it's been dark for like a few hours now. And that ain't good. But anyway, yeah. Freaking love it. Love it. Love the character progression. Love Carl as a character as well. And I love the journey he's been on since book 1 in terms of his morals, in terms of what he wants to do for other people. Like his humanity has just like developed over 4 books, and it's been wonderful to watch. Princess Donna, icon, queen, slays it every single time. So funny, so wonderful. Yeah, just freaking love her. Honestly, if I wasn't reading The Strength of the Few next, I would just read book 5 after this. I really would. I wouldn't waste any time. But alas, it is nearly time. It is nearly time. But yes, thank you so much for the 5-star. I appreciate you. I can always rely on this series to just make me have such a good time. So that does mean that I'm going to start The Strength of the Few next. Calm your tits, Gavin. Calm your tits. I do think I'm going to start this tonight. I mean, I have plenty of time. At the minute, I am feeling a little hungry, so I might make myself something to eat. And then, like, watch maybe some, like, YouTube videos or something as I'm eating. And then, in, like, an hour or 2, sit down, start this. So I do have the audiobook, because I have, like, 1 million credits on Audible, because I just keep forgetting that they were there. And I did tandem read the first book as well, and I was listening to the audiobook as I read physically. And so whenever I got this author's name wrong, it is because of the audiobook. So the audiobook for the first book, listen to how the audiobook narrator pronounces James Islington's name. Listen to this.
Audible Studios presents The Will of the Many, written by James Islington.
Islington. He said Islington, and I knew. So I was saying in my videos when I was like talking about this book, I said Islington, and so many people were telling me that's wrong, that's not correct. And you know what? I was listening. I was like, oh, okay, but like the audiobook narrator said Islington, and that person is getting paid. That person's getting paid to read this entire book. And you would think that they would get the author name right. So I've downloaded the audiobook for The Strength of the Few because I had a credit. Listen to this.
This is Audible.
Listen to this.
Audible Studios presents The Strength of the Few, written by James Islington.
Now he says James Islington, but that is on him. That's on the audiobook narrator. So when I was saying James Islington last year, it's because of this audiobook narrator. Changed his tune, hasn't he? Is it the same narrator? I can't actually tell if it's the same person. Ewan Morton. And then for the first book, Ewan Morton. Okay, Ewan Morton. So they kept him around. So I will be moving forward with saying Islington. The Strength of the Few by James Islington. That is what I'm going to be reading next. Honestly, this is what life has led to. These are the moments that make life worth living.
We just got back from World Market. I really went because I wanted to get this.
When Mariah Carey says it's time, this is what she means. I'm not even going to try it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot the one thing that I do with my Embossator series. That is emboss it. Of course I'm going to emboss this. Who do you think I am? It's always harder doing it this way, when I'm holding the book and using my little embosser at the same time. But we need to capture this moment, don't we? This is what Embossator is all about. And you know what, actually, I'm kind of getting better at doing this. I feel. The lighting is pretty bad in here, I apologise, but it is embossed. You're just going to have to trust me on that one. Now I can start The Strength of the Few. Although saying that though, I haven't even told you what The Will of the Many was about. The first book in the Hierarchy series by James Islington. So our main character is Vis, and we follow them as they infiltrate Catalan Academy? No, Catanan Academy. I was like, do I need to reread? No, I don't. I actually watched Tori Morrow's Will of the Many recap, and it really helped. I'm just like terrible with pronunciations. This is why I need this audiobook. But yeah, they infiltrate the academy, and they have been sent there to get answers, to solve a bit of a mystery, and they really get caught up in the politics of the academy, and it's just so many exciting things happens, one after the other after the other. The last like 100 pages of this book just absolutely floored and gagged me. Oh, this is just so good. So good. I did a terrible job at explaining what it's about, but the less you know, the better when you go into this. Hopefully you do. And now I can actually get started with The Strength of the Few. Oh, have I embossed this actually? I don't even think I've embossed the first Will of the... Oh my god. Let's do it. Let's just emboss it. Because we need to. Can you see this any better? Can you see it any better in this light? No. Oh, it's looking so good though. And now we can read The Strength of the Few. I am loving this. Look how much I read. Look how much I've read. I'm on page 135. I had to force myself to stop. And I kept, reading a chapter. And I was like, okay, one more chapter. Because the chapters are so short. So you can literally read 1,000,000 chapters in like an hour. Oh my gosh. And yes, I was going to stop. And then something happened at the end of the chapter. And I was like, okay, one more chapter. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. A lot of it is to do with James Islington's writing style. I just find it so, like, a lot of the times direct, but it can be very, very, not flowery, but descriptive in a way that just like really gets me. There was some like really great lines in this. Now I was like, ooh, gold star for Kathy Parr, you know what I mean? Let's see if I can find a couple of examples, which will be really hard because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but like, oh my god, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I don't want to stop reading. Page 85, I wrote, what in the world is going on? Like, seriously, what in the world was going on? I wrote Jesus on page 84. Look at all, don't look too closely, but look at all the underlining, if you can kind of see on this. Look at all the underlining. Oh my gosh, I was like, oh, there's tension. There's just like tension everywhere. So much excitement. I can see him weighing my words, my actions as wine spreads across the mosaic like blood. Oh, and I love this line too. The scales of our relationship shift. Oh, that is like literally like maybe like two small little spoiler-free things I can say about it so far. Freaking love it. Freaking love it. What did I say here? These short chapters have given me life. Same girl, same. I wrote that. Yeah, like, I love it. I love a bit more exploration of the will, like will in terms of like the system in the Will of the Many. Loving learning more about that. Loving like the different variations of it. I love something that happens with... There is a term that is mentioned of a... almost like a species kind of thing that circles back to the end of the first book in a way. Does that make sense? I'm loving that. I'm loving that. I'm loving that there's a lot of things that happened at the end of the first book that weighs so heavily on this. And what happened in the end is so dramatic, so dramatic. And we are not just like kind of brushing past it or anything. It's been so incredibly intriguing. Oh my god. And while I probably could have done with a reread of The Will of the Many before this doesn't exactly recap what happened in the first book or anything like that, but there are sprinklings of almost like little reminders, but it's told in such a subtle way that it doesn't take you out the story. Like, you know, sometimes in some stories that might be like, especially middle grade, I guess, there's a lot of, you know, sequels that literally just like rehash everything that happened in like the first chapter as if like you can't remember, which honestly is so needed half the time. But this one does it in a more subtle way. It's like almost like a need to know kind of basis, you know? Like you don't kind of need to know that until something happens and okay, now you need to know that. So that's kind of happened a few times, which I do appreciate. Just freaking, oh my god, look at all the underlining I've done on this page as well. Don't look too closely again. Don't look too closely. Yeah, we're being told quite a lot of like history and interesting backstory. And it has already turned a lot of what I knew from the first book on its head. Or it's like the parts that I remember on its head. And there's a lot of like scary implications on some of the things that they're talking about. And it's like the politics of the people. I feel like I'm just saying like buzzwords now. I'm just saying random buzzwords. But there's an element of danger. Yeah, element of danger. I'm just very excited by what's happening. There are some parts of it where it's a little bit slower. And even then, I'm still eating it up. I'm playing all of this in my head like a movie. One of the things I love about James Islington and his first book in particular as well, this book so far, playing in my head like a movie. I can see it all. I can see it all. I mean, Wicked for Good is my most anticipated movie of the year, but this is my most anticipated movie in my head of the year. And I'm just loving Viss as a character too. Like, I feel like he went on such a journey in the first book. He's finding such a strong voice in this book. And yeah, there's like things that happened to him in the first book that you kind of want him to get like he knows his place. He knows his place. And he's maybe been used in the past. Maybe he's taken a different kind of trajectory. Maybe he's taken a lot more control in his life. And I love some of the exploration on like, there was a line, I would flick through to try and like get the underlining, but it was like, indecision is a decision. Or something like that. That I find I could really apply to the real world. Like, you're not taking a stance on something is you taking a stance. You know what I mean? That was brilliantly included in this. I could try and find the part where I underlined it, but considering I have so many things I've underlined, it's like, that's going to be hard. Yes, some characters who I enjoy. Oh, and I couldn't believe it. Page 82. Is it page 82 to 85? Yeah, page 82 to 85, my edition. If you read this, oh my god, I was like, what is going on? There's like rumblings of things going on in this world. And it's made it really exciting. Really exciting. I genuinely don't know what more I can possibly say, spoiler free, about my thoughts on this Strength of the Few so far. Fucking love it. And the only reason why I'm stopping now is because it is nearly 10 p.m. now. And I do really want to go to... I don't know if you watched my 24-hour reading vlog that I did for Vlogs of Halloween, but I went to Costa when it opened, like as soon as it opened, and it was the best atmosphere because I essentially had the entire place to myself. It was nice and quiet. I got to pick the seat that I wanted, and I got to read some of 13 Months Haunted, and it was the best. It was the best atmosphere. And I haven't sat and read in a coffee shop since then. So I really want to do that now. So what time does Costa open tomorrow? Tomorrow is Thursday, 7 a.m. I could try and go for 7 a.m. And I have training at 11. Jesus H. Christ. To be fair though, I don't mind. I would happily sit in Costa for, well, it would be like 3.5 hours because I would need to leave and walk to the gym. I could take this to Costa in the morning, first thing in the morning, get my morning coffee. That's what I want to do. That is what I want to do. And I want to do it before the gym as well. Oh, that's making me so excited for tomorrow. And look, guys, I don't want to be soppy, but you got to do the things that make you excited. You got to do the things, you got to go for it, go. I'm probably going to take this to bed with me, honestly. Not to read. Not to read. I'm going to take this to bed with me. And yeah, I'll see you in the morning. I'll see you in the morning bright and early. Also, the audiobook so far has been really great. I've been really enjoying listening to the audiobook and reading along physically. There is something about this that is really tickling my taint, if you know what I mean.
I often tell myself that we could be more than just friends. I know you think that we moved too soon, it would all end. I live in misery when you're not around, and I won't be satisfied till we're taking those vows. There'll be some love making, heartbreaking, soul shaking. Oh.
Short.
That was the equipment. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That's the first time I've ever accidentally farted during a personal training session. It just slipped out. It just slipped out. I was mortified. I mean, it's my 1 year anniversary next week of joining like the gym and the personal training. So I feel like we're friends now, you know, like we're definitely friends. And so, you know, doing that in front of them, expected at this point. But other than that, it was a good session. I've just gotten home. I need to go in the shower, get changed, and really cozy down. It's been raining so much recently, so as you probably saw, there were quite a few puddles, and I did have to try and run to avoid the little fuckers in the cars trying to splash you. So, and like sometimes it is unavoidable, I totally get it, but like it's so annoying when I get splashed by a big puddle and I'm walking. Anyway, it's fine. I did go to Costa this morning and it was absolutely lovely. I made it to page 227 of The Strength of the Few. I really wanted to finish part 1. I think I have another like 40 pages before I finish part 1, but I was running out of time and I did have to like start walking, and I don't want to just listen to the audiobook of this. I want to do both the audiobook and the physical at the same time. So I switched over to music and I'm loving this so far. Like seriously, I'm loving it so far. There have been like little jumps and stuff and it could get a little bit confusing sometimes, but each time it's like so like I guess important and it's so memorable, like what is happening each time, that I feel like it is really easy to follow despite what it's doing with the narrative. It's so freaking good. It's keeping me hooked. It's keeping me drawn in. The writing is, again, so phenomenal. I really do think that James Islington is going to be one of my favorite, like new favorite authors, because I couldn't just base it off of one book. I can't just base it off of The Will of the Many. That could have been a fluke. So far, it is not feeling like a fluke. Oh, the bin men are here as well. It's a bin day today. But why? Why when I've just started filming? Why? Why would they do this to me? Now that's all I can hear. I hope you can't hear it as well. But yeah, lots of things that I've just been absolutely loving. There's part of me that's like, I should really do a spoiler-filled video and do it separate. But yeah, I'm loving the journey that the main character is going on. There's like lots of trials and tribulations and tests that they have to go through. Lots of like development on so many fronts with them, not even just like from a personal standpoint, but in terms of their own power and what they can do. It's really tying very well into the overall world building. So I'm just freaking loving it. There's been some like terrifying, intense moments still. Yeah, it's just so readable. It is so freaking readable. I am hoping there's going to be 1 million books in this series. Like, genuinely, I don't know how I'm going to cope waiting for the next one. And I haven't even finished this one yet, but I already know it's going to be so hard waiting for the next one. I absolutely love it. And I do need to read James Islington's other series. What's it called again? The Carnius? There's a different series that I really should get to reading. So I will absolutely 100% do that. And I am in such a fantasy mood. Again, it comes in waves. It really does. It comes in waves. I've just finished Our Fantasy Bingo line 2. I'm prepared to just go straight into line 3, which I kind of don't want to do. I have other videos I want to work on. But I saw my friend Jade really enjoy Green Rider by Kristen Britton. And I did manage to pick up the Broken Binding edition of the first and the second book of that series, and she gave this one 5 stars recently, and the way that she described it as well, I was watching like some of her Patreon live shows. Honestly, it sounds like something I would love too. So I did manage to pick these 2 up recently, and I'm just dying to read them now. I'm honestly dying to read them. These did come today while I was at the gym, and I got the notification, like the Ring doorbell notification, and the guy left it next to the bin, and I was like, it's raining. It is raining. Fortunately, these are absolutely fine. They didn't get damaged. But, you know, at least I have them. I'm so excited to read them, to start them. So I think I'm going to save this for an Our Fantasy Bingo. I'm just like eating this up so much. I don't think anything is going to compare. And again, I have so many more pages to go. I think I have like just under 500 pages to go. All I want to do is read it. But I do want to do a little bit of admin. I want to get a little bit of admin out of the way. Some emails to respond to. Some things I want to do on the computer, like import footage and stuff, make sure everything looks good. And then get back into this. Like, I don't want to think about anything else as I'm reading. I really do just want to go straight back into this. Oh, I love it. I love it. And I love you. It is a full 24 hours later. Not much has happened since then, to be quite honest. Same old, same old. I have made myself a coffee, my first coffee of today. I have the chicken and wild mushroom pappardelle from my gym, where I was this morning. And I haven't quite finished The Strength of the Few yet, but I did make it to part 3. So I am on page 505. I'm still loving it. I'm still loving it. There have been a few little twists and turns, probably not as maybe shocking as the first book, but it doesn't really need to be. I don't need the shocks for me in order to like think that this is better than the first book. I think this is continuing the story so perfectly. There is an emphasis on systems. I'm gonna like talk like very vague now. There's talk about like systems and like people being within systems, and sometimes the problems that can arise from that. Something that I do think can be very something that I do think can be very sometimes I write like that instead of just like normally. Yeah, being part of a system, being a part of the problem. Yeah. And like, where blame lies when that happens. And can you move on from things like that when people do bad things as part of a system? Where is the true evil? Where does that lie? How is that affecting everyone around them? Do people have a choice? Is there something bigger at play? You know, there's just so many things, so many facets to this story that I am paying such keen attention to and still finding so deeply fascinating while also being highly entertained by what's happening itself. So I really do want to finish this today. It is currently 11:45 a.m. It is my mum's birthday today, and about 4:15 p.m. my sister is picking me up. We're going for a meal with my mum and my brother and the nieces and the nephews. So that'd be really nice. So I would like to try and finish this before then. And I do think I can do it. I have 200 pages. According to the audiobook, it's just over 3 hours. So I'm going to sit and eat, drink, be merry, and finish The Strength of the Few, my most anticipated book of the year. So far, it hasn't been disappointing me, but who knows, part 3, you've got a lot on your shoulders right now. Okay, you know how I literally just said like 5 seconds ago that I don't think anything like really shocking or more shocking has happened in this, like from like the first book. Like the first book's been more shocking and twisty, whatever. Literally, I read one chapter and then something happened and I was like, shit, that is shocking. That is shocking. Okay, so I just literally ate my words within like 5 minutes. 5 minutes I'm eating my words. Oh, and I also ate my food. It was very nice. Oh my god. Yeah. I've just been sat here listening to and reading the end of The Strength of the Few. I have just finished. And what a ride. What an absolute ride. 5 stars. 5 stars. I'm embossing it right now. Oh, I loved it. And now I understand what The Strength of the Few means. And there are many... let me focus as I emboss. I swear I am getting better at this. Right here. Oh. I'll emboss it twice. I will. Gorgeous, gorgeous work. Gorgeous, gorgeous book. Could be my favourite book of the year. I actually haven't made a list of all of the 5-star books that I've read this year. I do have my reading spreadsheet, and I do, you know, fill it in every time I finish a book, but I haven't really like looked at any of the stats. I haven't really looked at what I've given 5 stars this year, but just judging from recent memory, considering I just finished this 1 minute and 30 seconds ago, I think this might end up being my #1 book of the year. I loved it that much. I did. I loved it. Characters were phenomenal. I care a lot more now about characters too. So when something bad happens, I'm like, I just want to scream. I want to scream. I am again rather wigless. The direction we're heading in, it's going to be phenomenal to see unfold. Best book of the vlog and the hardest one to talk about too. Genuinely so hard to talk about. But hopefully I've conveyed how much I love this. It was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. No notes. Yeah, look at this bad boy. I got this on Monday. It is now Friday. And it's done. It is finished. Took me... I started this on Wednesday night. It is now Friday afternoon, nearly 4 p.m, which means my sister will be on her way to pick me up. So I better, like, wrap this up. It reminded me of why I love reading. So, thank you so much. Okay, so that is 4 books down. 2 to go. I was going to do A Curse Carved in Bone, but... no, actually 3 to go, because also Brimstone, which I don't have yet. It does get released. I mean, 4 more days until it's released. 4 more days. But yeah, I was going to do A Curse Carved in Bone by Danielle L. Jensen. I've decided not to do it in this vlog, mainly because I'm already reading quite a lot for this vlog and the page count is massive. And also, while I probably could have still squeezed it in before Brimstone comes out in 4 days, I do need to do my November library challenge. So I am going to try and use the time that I would have spent reading A Curse Carved in Bone, reading my November challenge book for my library challenge. So I do, at the minute, have Enchantra by Kaylie Smith and Brigands and Breadknives by Travis Baldree. These are the 2 options I can read right now. To follow up The Strength of the Few, I am leaning more towards Brigands and Breadknives. Just, you know, for maybe a little bit more lightness, something a little bit easier to read. But also, I'm not sure I want to read Enchantra and then Brimstone back to back, because they are both romantasy. It might also be like a little bit of a heavy thing to read them back to back. So I'm like, should I start with Enchantra, then Brigands and Breadknives? I don't know. I'm going to decide later. You know, I've changed. I'm now changed so that I can go for the meal for my mum's birthday. So I can just decide later. I can decide tonight if I want to do some reading tonight, then I can. Or I might take the rest of the night off, potentially. Because I do have weekend Patreon sprints tomorrow. So I can start whatever book I decide to read tomorrow during sprints. Lots to decide. I just don't know how anything is going to compare right now. It's one of those things where I'm so glad I loved it so much, but also how dare you? Because whatever I'm going to read next, I just don't think it's going to live up to it. It's really not. It's very unfair to whatever I pick next, which is why I'm kind of leaning more towards Brigands and Breadknives, because I know this is cozy, this is low stakes, and I'm supposed to just like read and enjoy my time and not think too hardly about it. So maybe it's probably for the best I do read that one next. And I do have the ALC on Libro FM. I did get the audiobook for free, so it's looking very likely it's going to be this one. Can you believe it is nearly a whole year since I started Emboss or Toss? I think it was November 18th, and it's currently November 15th. So by the time I finish this vlog, it'll be 1 whole year of Emboss or Toss. Wow. I did get myself some new hazelnut syrup that I really want to try. I do have some gingerbread syrup coming as well, so I can festivify my coffees. So, you know, preparing myself for the Christmas season. I do need to take my pumpkin spice out. I've only got a little bit left, but my syrup station is getting a little bit out of hand. It's getting a little bit out of control. But yes, I'm going to try it. Do I still have one of my festive mugs somewhere? I don't really think I've got very many festive mugs. I've mainly got like Halloween mugs, to be quite honest. Oh, I found one. I have found one right at the back there. Hey, I do need to get some new festive mugs, I think. Honestly, one of my favourite parts is squirting. Oh. Is that enough? Probably. So yeah, 1 year of Emboss or Toss, 1 year of personal training. Oh wait, no, it'll be November 17th I started Emboss or Toss 2024, because it was the night before. I'm pretty sure it was the night before I went to meet my trainer for the first time on November 18th. And I had my first session on November 20th. So 1 whole year of doing personal training. Do I look any different? From episode 1 of Emboss or Toss to episode 8, do I look any different? Do I look the same? I'll tell you one thing, I do feel so much more better. I feel healthier. I feel fitter. So even if I don't look all that different, I feel different. I feel like a new woman. I mean, I don't want to sound like big-headed or anything, or like I love myself or anything, because I still don't. But I definitely feel more comfortable in my own skin. And that is what I needed. I'm not as out of breath anymore going up and down that hill. I just overall feel so much better. So thank you for unintentionally coming along on this journey with me. Not that you asked for it, but I brought you along nonetheless. Double shot it. This is my first coffee of the day. It is 11:05. I did go to the gym this morning at 9. Just by myself, I didn't have a session today. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the pink... I don't know why I got that song in my head. Oh, my back. Oh. Hi, yummy, Ash. You ate your food. You wanna play this? You wanna play this? Oh, let's give it a try. It'll still be really hot, but let's see if I can slurp it. Obviously mute the mouth sounds. Yeah, I can taste the hazelnut. Maybe like half a squirt more next time. I have decided to do Brigands and Breadknives. I don't even know what the hell Brigands means. A member of a gang that ambushes and robs people in forests and mountains. Oh, okay. Well, that sounds exciting. Brigands. Pronunciation. Brigands and Breadknives. Yeah, I'm going to read this today because I do have Patreon reading sprints at 2 p.m. and I'm going until about 10 p.m. tonight. So that's going to be a long ass session. And I do think I could potentially start and finish. Well, I might start now because, you know, I still have like under 3 hours to kill before the sprints. So I might, you know, give it a start and finish it during sprints. Blast through it today. Why not? Today is Saturday. It's a lovely, miserable day outside. It'll be nice to spend the day in the living room today. I'll bring my computer down and do the sprints from the living room and make it cozy. Let's get warm. And I need to take off this Waterstone sticker as well. Hopefully it doesn't leave any residue. Okay, so I have a little bit of residue, but I can... Okay, no, it's come off pretty easily. That's better. That is so much better. So much better. So in this one, we again follow Fern, who opened a bookshop. And now, in the face of crippling ennui, she transplants herself to the city of Thun to hang out her shingle beside a long-absent friend's coffee shop. And what could be a better pairing? I cannot wait. Literally, it'll probably be very low stakes, very slow and easygoing. And you know what? That would be absolutely wonderful today with my hazelnut oat milk cappuccino and probably snuggles from Ash. Ash, hello, baby boy. Do you want to snuggle? Do you want to snuggle? Oh, he's just looking at us like, will you leave me the hell alone? His favourite toy at the minute is zip ties. Ash, what's this? Oh, he's coming. He's coming. He is coming. He's seen it. I have no idea why. I have no idea why it's the zip ties that he's so excited about. What's this? What's this? Boop. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Oh. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. See, he just absolutely loves it. Don't you? I say hello to everyone. Hiya. 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 I have my highlighter that kind of doesn't really match, but it's a similar-ish colour. And we're gonna get started. Yay! Oh, Tobu's here as well. Oh, I'm surrounded by my pussies. Now I'm not gonna get any reading done. I just know, oh, I have the audiobook, man. I do also have the audiobook. AL says. Let's see how long it is.
Brigands and Breadknives.
Brigands.
Written and read by Travis Baldree.
Oh, I forget. The author does narrate the audiobook themselves. Ash, stop it. It says 4 hours and 12 minutes on 2x speed. And I'll adjust that as I'm reading along physically. Could you imagine if I ended up finishing this before the sprints? I doubt it. I want to take my time.
Beautiful babies. Beautiful babies.
This is my current setup. I'll go live in 8 minutes, 20 seconds. I have my, which I've spilled a little of. Have my hazelnut cappuccino, a little snack, my book. And yeah, this is This is where I'm going to be lying, down here, in front of the Christmas tree. It's going to be lovely and festive, lovely and cozy reading sprints. Or reading zoomies, as we like to call them now. Reading zoomies. Yeah, I didn't actually end up starting Brigands and Breadknives during the 2-3 hours. I ended up watching someone called Karen Puzzles on YouTube. And I've been sucked into all the puzzling that she's been doing. So I need these sprints to keep me accountable. Another day has passed. It is Sunday today, and I haven't yet started my next read. But yesterday, I did finish all of Brigands and Breadknives while doing my reading sprints, which was so cozy, so lovely. I would actually argue that my sprints were cozier than this book. I'm just saying. I managed to have lots of hazelnut lattes that were so tasty, really getting me in the mood for Christmas. Like, I'm really starting to get in a massive festive mood right now, and now I just kind of want to read all the Christmassy books as possible, but I need to hang fire. We still haven't finished this vlog yet. But yeah, today I ended up filming my end of year TBR in winter plans and video plans and all of that. So I managed to film, edit, make the thumbnail, all of it is now currently up for early access on Patreon. So that is done. Just need to do the CCs. Now it is 3:30 p.m. I have a festive movie night tonight. We're watching a Merry Little Xmas on Netflix, and that's done at 7 p.m. So I have a few hours. So I thought I would actually give you a quick little update and reading review of Brigands and Breadknives. So as I said, I wasn't really the biggest fan of Legends and Laddies. I think I gave it 3 stars. It was good, it was fine, but it was kind of missing something for me. And then I read Bookshops and Bone Dust last year, and I loved it. I gave it like 4 stars. I thought it was much better than Legends and Laddies. Had a little bit more bite to it, and I really enjoyed it. And this one is like a little bit of a mix of the two, like Legends and Laddies and Bookshops and Bone Dust, a little mix of the two. We follow Fern, who was in Bookshops and Bone Dust, a bookseller, and has been a bookseller for a long time. And this is essentially her, like, kind of finding her way in life, realizing what she loves to do and what she wants out of life. And that was such a beautiful journey to go on. Travis Baldree really knows how to write characters sometimes, and like how they sort of progress. You know, like sometimes our lives take us on a journey that changes what we expect from life. And I can totally attest to this myself. I was working my retail job, working at Waterstones for a long time, and then all of a sudden BookTube came along and it just totally changed my life. So I totally understand a lot of things that Fern went through in this book. We meet a lot of new characters as well, and I did like them, but I do feel like this book had a lot more action and a lot more at stake than a usual kind of cozy fantasy. Part of this was still cozy, absolutely, but I do think because we've got an adventure in this, there's a lot more movement, a lot more moving around. Like, we don't really get to, I mean, sometimes we do, but like, we don't really get to just sit and relax and just take in the surroundings and have those like cozy coffees and in the books and all of that. It isn't quite as cozy as I was wanting it to be. And I'm sounding a little bit like a contradiction, because in the past I've been like, oh, not really a whole lot happened in Legends and Laddies, and you know, this is probably why I didn't love it as much. And now I'm kind of criticizing this book for having things happen in it, and that's not really the case. I'm glad that we had a plot that made it feel a little bit more exciting. The stakes were a little bit higher, but I think like now I'm expecting something different when I go into the series, and I'm expecting it to be rather slow, and I was really preparing myself for that, and then I was just like surprised by what ended up happening, honestly. So it was fine though, still, it was still absolutely fine. But we do follow, you know, a good new cast of characters who I did ultimately like, but I don't know if I fully fell in love with. There were some who were quite quirky. I don't want to say too much, but there's like some sentient beings in this that was kind of funny, and it'll make sense when you've, you know, looked at the title of this book, obviously. But like when you look at the title of the book and you put two and two together, that's pretty funny. It led to some funny moments. It wasn't as funny overall. Like the humor in this book wasn't as, you know, endearing as previous books. I think there's like a lot of over reliance on the F-bomb. Like the F word was used quite a lot, I think, to try and have some kind of humor there. So I felt like it was lacking a little bit of humor, or at least like the humor that was there was maybe just not the humor that I like. I still think though this was wonderfully written. I'm going to see if I can try and find some examples of when, you know, because I do like the fact that Fern will go to different places, because we got to see something new. And sometimes Travis Baldree would do a fantastic job at describing the place that we found ourselves at. Now, where the bloody hell is it though? My highlighter pen was running out. Oh, I found one. So we have like the brambled folds of hillside through which they travel by starlight had wholly concealed whatever might have been visible of the distant horizon. She woke again with the breaking of dawn as the earth sloped up to a small rise above a river valley, and Bycross came into resplendent view. The valley itself seemed to have been dug from chalky stone by some titanic force, gouging deep while travelling roughly north to south. A narrow river squiggled along its basin, the waters an arresting blue-green. Oh, I could just picture all this. It sounds so lovely. Directly ahead, a broad stone bridge crossed the other side. Farther south, the land receded towards a marshy plain crowded with towering, ivy-choked trees. It goes on. Like, I love me some description in books like this, and I do think Travis Baldree had such a wonderful way of saying like what these places look like. A little bit later on, Fern gazed out at the icy crags and snow-frosted buildings of the abbey as she went. Everything seemed curiously flat, with all the subtleties of definition hammered out by the watery light of day. So there were still those cozy buzzwords in this book. Still a cozy buzzword every now and then. We have maybe a mention of coffee, of books, or of like toast and food, and all these visuals that bring coziness to your mind. But yeah, I feel like overall, I don't know, it just didn't feel as cozy as the previous two. But I'm still going to give this a good rating. I'll give this like a 3.5, and it will be getting embossed. I will still emboss this, because I would love to see what Travis Baldree does next with the series, if there are going to be more books in the series. Fingers crossed there will be, because I also really feel like I have to be in the mood for cozy fantasy, and I think I was. Can you see it? Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Well, yeah, it is now stamped. Signed, sealed, delivered, it's mine. So that is 5 books. It is Sunday. 5 books in 1 week. And we still have 2 books to go. Although obviously, We Love You Bunny, I did DNF pretty early on. So like 4 full books. But that's 5 books off my TBR in 1 week. amazing work. So yeah, 2 more to go. I haven't had a single notification from Waterstones to tell me that Brimstone has been dispatched. This time last week, because I started this vlog on Monday, and that's when The Strength of the Few came, and I pre-ordered it from the same place, in the same order as Brimstone. I had a notification email by now to tell me that it was being delivered, but I haven't had a single thing. To be fair though, it doesn't technically get released until Tuesday, and it is currently Sunday, so maybe tomorrow I might get a notification to tell me, hey, it's going to get delivered tomorrow, it will be out for delivery. Maybe. Fingers crossed, that's what will happen. So in the meantime, I do have Enchantra to read by Kaylie Smith. And this is the sequel to Phantasma, which I really enjoyed. And again, like, that one was just like so entertaining. Not the best book I've ever read, but just highly entertaining. It follows Ophelia. Oh, the fate of Ophelia. Oh my gosh. I can listen to that Taylor Swift song and it means something now. But yeah, we have Ophelia who goes into this haunted mansion in order to save her sister, and she has to go through this like haunted mansion competition thing. And she ends up meeting a guy there, and it's, yeah, romantic. It is fun. It is very fun. We had some good development by the end of the book with Ophelia in Blackwell, who is the guy she meets in the mansion. And I'm like, should I start this now? Or should I do it tomorrow? Because, yeah, it's getting on a bit on the Sunday. And I feel like reading 4 full books this week is quite a lot. Even though I do feel in the mood to read, I have been watching a lot of Karen Puzzles on YouTube. I randomly got recommended a video on YouTube of Karen Puzzles. She seems so lovely, and she does like jigsaw puzzles, and she makes like really fun videos out of it, and I just got sucked in. I got absolutely sucked in. And it's funny as well, because I do actually have a jigsaw puzzle that I've had for 2 years, or maybe 3 years actually. I think I might have got this for Christmas 2022 potentially, but I have a 1,000 piece One Piece jigsaw puzzle, and now I want to do it. I want to make it. I want to do it. Like, I'm so easy influenced. Like, when I got into Lego, I did watch a few Lego YouTubers, and when I got into bullet journaling, I was watching bullet journal YouTubers, and now look at this. Look, I mean, I already have this. Like, I want to do this eventually. I just wasn't sure when, and I've had it for, yeah, 2 to 3 years now, but I'm like, I've never done a 1,000 piece jigsaw puzzle before. I feel like this is beyond beginners. Definitely beyond beginners. And I don't even think I've done a jigsaw probably since I was a kid. Maybe a teenager, probably a kid. I can't remember the last time I did a jigsaw. So this will be like the first one I've done in like maybe 10, 20 years. Now it won't close. So I would love to dedicate some time to this. Maybe tomorrow. I might try and get the audiobook for Enchantra and do a jigsaw puzzle. Because I am so in the mood to do one now. Like, you have no idea. I really want to do this now. I mean, it takes me days to do a Lego. Can you imagine how long it'll take me to do a 1,000 piece jigsaw puzzle? It'll take bloody ages. So I need to time my time wisely. I've still got like 3 hours before the movie night. I'm like, should I just start reading? Should I just start reading now? And should I just start puzzling as well? Maybe. Maybe.
Baby, you're only gonna hurt your back. Looking down like that, cut yourself a little more slack. Baby, you're gonna have a heart attack, and they won't thank you. They don't make awards for that. We know by now that time does not take sides. We're only human. I don't need to see how it ends. I tell you that we'll never be here again. We're only human.
I have just spent 28 minutes sorting out the edge pieces. 28 minutes, and I didn't sort anything else out because I am just a beginner, and I could have sorted out in the characters. I could have like piles for the characters, but I really just wanted to focus on the edge pieces, and it took 28 minutes to go through 1,000 pieces and get all the edges out, and I probably failed. I probably still have some edges that I haven't actually, you know, taken out. Oh, Ash, do you mind? Literally, he's just started. This is why I could never do like a puzzling channel and like puzzling videos. One, I don't have the space. This is probably like the biggest table that I have. And even then, I don't know if it'll be okay for a 1,000 piece puzzle. And the aesthetics in here is not the best. So I would need like a nicer, cozier place to do it. But I also have the cats. They've just been lying down and lounging all day. And then as soon as I get the puzzle out, they're just non-stop annoyance. And now Ash has eaten. So yeah, I really want to try and do the edges now. It is only 5:45. Ash, do you mind? Fuck off. Fuck off. Yeah, don't look at us like that. It is 5:45 p.m. and I still have an hour and 50 minutes until my movie night. So I might see if I can try and do the edges now. And I didn't listen to any audiobooks, nothing. Because when I was in the living room, I was just watching BookTube. I was catching up on some BookTube videos. But in here, I don't really have anything apart from Ash to entertain myself with. So yeah, let's do it. And I'll start my audiobook for Phantasma.
Forever only means we had a good run. We don't need to know right now. It's hard enough being human. It's not like we're ever really gonna learn. And I'm no angel. I know we're gonna watch it burn. And baby, there isn't anywhere to run. And I won't blame you for seeing all the beauty in a wildfire sun. Tomorrow isn't nothing but a kiss.
Okay, so this is all I've done in 1 hour and 3 minutes after sawing all the edges and starting it. I definitely do not think all of the edges are there. So, I've fucked up somewhere. And yeah, I've managed to get like the bottom part kind of done. 1 hour and 3 minutes? Are you kidding me? So I need to get ready for this movie night, so I'm not doing any more. Especially since I definitely don't think all the edge pieces are there, so I can't even finish the edge anyway. I'm regretting it. I'm already like, you know what? I'm gonna keep the puzzles for the professionals, okay? I don't need to partake. But I've started. I'll see how far I get. I might end up scrapping this tomorrow. I might. But we will see how far we get. Oh my god, guys, I was late to the movie night. It didn't start at 7 at all. It started at freaking 6. It started at 6. Oh my god, and I had so many notifications, but I had my phone on Do Not Disturb because I was doing all of the B-roll and stuff, and I didn't want notifications popping up on my phone. And I've started now, but then, yeah, 45 minutes late I was to this movie night. We've just started. I want to open a bottle of the pink Moscato because I think I deserve it. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I started the week late to my personal training appointment, ended the week late to my Patreon event. I'm a dumbass, an absolute dumbass. So I did do a reading update halfway through reading Enchantra. I still have about 2 hours left of the audiobook. I am nearly 300 pages in, so I am nearly finished. But I did do an update when I was around about 200 pages in. But I started crying in the update, not because of the book, but because I was like doing a post on Instagram about my 1 year anniversary doing fitness, and I was like, I'm going to stop recording that. I'm not doing this right now. So I'm not using that footage. So I don't really have the midway point update for you. And now I'm feeling so drained today. Like, I went to personal training this morning. It was great. I got up. I wasn't late. Considering this time last week, I started Emboss toss and I was late to my session last Monday. This Monday, I'm actually on time and it was great. So this week is a totally different week. Feel good. But like, I'm feeling drained now. I feel emotionally, physically drained. And I am going to continue listening to the audiobook of Enchantra because I am liking it. But in terms of like filming, in terms of being social, in a way, like in terms of like doing this, I don't really feel like doing it tonight. And like giving you better thoughts and better feelings and better opinions on Enchantress. So I'm going to finish it. And then tomorrow, I'm going to let you know what I think of it and start Brimstone. It is supposed to be Brimstone's release date tomorrow. I do not have a notification from Waterstones to say that it's been dispatched. And it should have been dispatched today. It should have been dispatched. I did get a dispatch email yesterday, and then a book came today, but it was the bookshop below by Georgia Summers, which I had also pre-ordered when that got announced. But like, that's not the one I was waiting for. I was so disappointed. First time I've been disappointed getting a pre-order like ever. Like I was hoping it was Brimstone and I could just like get straight into it. Ugh, never mind. Hopefully that will still come tomorrow, but I doubt it. So we'll see how we get on. But yeah, I'm watching Steph at the minute. I want my love Steph on the screen right now. I've just got the Christmas tree on. I'm drained. I'm so drained. What's that about puzzle? What's that about puzzle? I know nothing about puzzle. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea about puzzle. In all seriousness, though, I did go up. I gave up after an hour. I put it back in the box and it's not getting touched. I might try a 500-piece puzzle in the future. I think 1,000 pieces is just like too much for me. It's too much for me. I can't physically do that. Like, it's so hard. Like, I appreciate how hard doing jigsaw puzzles are after trying it for an hour. Like, I can't do it. I'll stick to Lego for now. But yeah, in the future, maybe a 500-piece. We've got to start. I mean, I'm sure there are like 100 pieces puzzles. There are definitely ones that are smaller as well. But yeah, we need to start as a beginner. And I'm trying to jump in at intermediate. We need to dial it back. I like to change my clothes like every day that I vlog just so I can show the passage of time, but I did wear this yesterday. I'm not opposed to wearing clothes more than one day in a row, especially when they smell fine and they look fine and all of that. But just heads up, it is the next day. It is currently 10 a.m. and all the lights are on in my house. It is so dark outside. It feels almost apocalyptic. But yeah, just wanted to clarify that even though I wore this yesterday, it is a different day. Anyway, this is my second coffee of the day. I was lying with Ash this morning, watching some YouTube. I've also put pumpkin spice in this because I want to try and use up the rest of the pumpkin spice syrup because there's only like a little bit left. And you know when you do the pump, it's starting to get a little bit, not nasty, but like it's coming out wrong. So I just want to like quickly use up the rest of it, get rid of the bottle, wash the pump thing and use it for a different syrup, maybe a new syrup for Christmas. So I'm still in my pumpkin spice era apparently, but I have finished Enchantra and I really liked it. But I didn't like it as much as Phantasma. Phantasma, I think, had a lot more fun. And I think I liked the romance a little bit more in Phantasma as well. I felt a little bit more tension there, a little bit more sexual chemistry. Whereas in this one, we do follow Ophelia's sister. And her sister is called Guinevere. And Guinevere is the main character in this one, but she was the person who Ophelia was trying to save in the first book. And it's starting to rain. I love it. I just wish I didn't have to put on all the lights in the house. Anyway, yeah, so she ends up getting invited to like this massive mansion estate in Italy, and I was really vibing with the start of this book because it felt very atmospherically written, just like Phantasma was. Phantasma was a little bit dark. I liked the atmosphere and I thought it was pretty well written, and the same goes for this one. The only thing I didn't really fully love at the start of this was how Guinevere was being described. Like there was like this massive section about like how voluptuous she is and how desirable she is and how amazing and perfect and beautiful she is, and I was rolling my eyes because I was like, we don't really like need to know that. I get it, she's a romantasy main character, she is gorgeous, I get it. But this is the Wicked Games series, so there is something called the Hunt in this, that, you know, when she has been invited to this estate, the Silver family live there. And not going too deep into spoiler territory, but like she has to be like kind of part of this family, and it's kind of bombastic the way that the plot unfolds in such a like a comedic in ridiculous way. It felt very That's So Raven coded, if that makes sense. And it was funny, and I enjoyed following along with that. I didn't think like the hunt aspect of it was like fully utilized in a way that made it as fun as the game aspect of the first book, for instance. I think maybe that could have done with a little bit more embellishment, especially since we had such an amazing setting. Like the setting could have really worked in this book's favor, and it was, you know, described every now and then, but I felt like we could have done more with that. You know what I mean? I love some description, and to just have a little bit more of that would have just painted the picture even better for me, I think. I also did quite like the romance in this between Guinevere and Rowan, but this was so A Court of Thorns and Roses. It just felt like it was, I mean, even the first book kind of felt that way as well. And yeah, I would say like this is a bit of a mix of A Court of Thorns and Roses meets Ready or Not, potentially, is how I would describe this one. And one thing I'm realizing with these sex scenes in romantasy books that I've been reading, and I don't think this applies to every romantasy, so don't think I'm criticizing the entire genre, but yeah, a lot of the romantasies that I read last year for the Goodreads Choice Awards, for instance, had like very similar sounding sex scenes. And like, I don't know why, but there's always a focus on her sex. And, you know, there's a lot of focus on, which honestly, fair play, like the male prioritizing the pleasure of the female, which honestly is so needed, and I freaking love that we had that again in this, because men are selfish creatures and they are going to put their pleasure above someone else's. And I love the fact that a lot of the romantasy sex scenes I've read do prioritize the woman's pleasure, and that's fantastic. But the way that it's written, the way that we focus on her sex and her entrance, and you know, all of these like different buzzwords, it's all sounding very similar, and I need the spice to be spiced up. And it would be great to like go even further into it, because a lot of these are from the perspective of the female main character, and she's not going to go in depth with like what's happening down there exactly. I don't know if this is like TMI or anything, but I kind of want more information. I kind of want you to be able to paint a picture in my head, because there's an over reliance on, oh, this is like the best feeling I've ever had, and you know, the orgasm was amazing, and this, that, and the other. But the act itself, one, doesn't last long enough, and two, I'm not getting a full picture of it, because you know, like, it's coming from her point of view and she's got her eyes closed. You know what I mean? Show me how your sex is being invigorated, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of want more with that. It just feels like a lot of these spices, it almost feels like a lot of these authors don't even really want to write them in the way that they present them, because they don't last very long, and it seems almost like an afterthought in how the description comes across, as the way that the feelings and the emotions and the descriptions are always just the same, and I need a little bit of variety there. And again, I'm not saying that's like all romantasy or anything like that. It's really not. It's just like I seem to have picked up a lot of similar sounding romantasies with very similar sounding sex scenes. So I would love to read more about the male love interest, putting the female's love interest pleasure above his own. I do love that, and I want to read more of that, but I need the sex scenes to sound different each time. It's just, I feel like I'm reading the same sex scene. I digress. We don't really need to get into that specifically. I did like the progression of the plot, even though by the 300-page mark, I was starting to get a little bit tapped out. I don't know if maybe it's because, you know, it's been a whole last week since I started this vlog, and sometimes I get a little bit restless by this point, because I'm feeling like, oh, I feel like I've probably spent so much time on this vlog, I should work on another one. But that is definitely a me issue, more so than the book. But I was starting to feel a bit restless during this. I don't think the entire plot was as gripping as Phantasma, for instance. Oops, I'm sorry. I wrote in my notes just that there isn't really any subtlety with character development, and there are a couple of times when a character will say, oh, I have changed, and I have done this, that, and the other. There's a lot of telling, not showing. But I feel like maybe the first book also had that kind of issue as well, especially when there's like a bit of a whiplash with some of the characters' emotions and how quickly they can change. And again, like, sometimes I don't love how quickly people can fall in love sometimes. I don't love how overprotective and overbearing people can be at times. There was also an abundance of using a nickname, and I've been very hit or miss with nicknames in the past. It isn't even like a sexy nickname or anything. I feel like maybe the first book, Phantasma, also had this problem with nicknames, but yeah, in this one, it wasn't like a bad nickname exactly, but it was just like used so much, and I was like, Okay, anyway, yeah, I'm gonna give this one 3.5 stars, and I will be embossing it, don't you worry. I also need to emboss the first book as well, actually, because again, even though I have some very minor issues, it's still a very fun, entertaining time. I definitely love, like, the kind of gothic vibe of the first book more than this one. That's kind of what this one lacked, was that gothic vibe. So let's stamp or emboss. Can you imagine if I went back to calling this stamp or pass instead of emboss or toss? So that's book number 1. No, book number 2. Oh, love it. Oops. So next, I do want to read Brimstone. It is the 18th today, which means it is the Brimstone release date. And do I have Brimstone right now? I do not. However, I did get a very exciting email this morning saying something from Waterstones is out for delivery today between 10:45 and 2:45 p.m. And I was like, oh my god, it's Brimstone. It's Brimstone. It's actually going to come today. It just isn't in my hands just yet. So I might see if I can get the audiobook and make a start on it. And then when the physical book comes, I can read along physically. And it is, what is it? Okay, it's 10:15 now. So it could come in like the next 5 hours. So that's a long time, and I don't really want to waste any time. So what I thought I would do is I would see if I could find the audiobook, which I know you're probably thinking, God, you literally just buying the physical book and now you got the audiobook as well. What a waste. It's not like that, I promise. I kind of want to get the audiobook because today I do kind of fancy doing some Lego. You know how I was trying to do a puzzle the other day, like the jigsaw puzzle, and I just gave up after an hour? I definitely do feel like I'm more of a Lego gal, and I still have 4 Legos to do. I still have Bardot, which I've had for over a year. I still have the Going Merry, the Baratier, and Arlong Park from One Piece. And this is the smallest one out of all of those. It's only 926 pieces, so this shouldn't take too long. So I feel like I'll be able to start the audiobook while building this, and by the time I maybe finish this, my physical copy will have come, and then I can like sit down and read physically. I am slowly but surely getting through the Legos that have been in my cupboard for bloody ages. I still don't really fully know where to put this. It might fit on my One Piece shelves in my manga room. I'll see if I can make some room for it. I just don't know how tall it will be. But I do have the first book, Quicksilver, here, which I think I still need to emboss as well, which I will do on camera. But this one does follow Ceres? She is a thief, and she has been stealing from the Undying Queen's reservoirs for a long time. She is eventually caught. She ends up opening a gateway to the Fey world, and there she escapes into, and she's in the middle of like this conflict that is tearing apart this Fey world. Oh my god, I've just found my notes for the first book from my first romantasy video. Oh my god, what did I say? Kingfisher. Oh my god, I remember. Kingfisher is the love interest. I said sometimes Fisher makes me want to claw my eyes out. Promising. I love the world building and the alchemy aspect of the first book. And I even said that there's so much more about the world building that I'm looking forward to reading about in the sequel. And the sequel is almost here, so that's one thing I'll be looking out for during my read of Brimstone, is if we get more world building. Yeah, this is just reminding me of the ending. It was very exciting, a bit of a cliffhanger as well. A little messy, but still enthralling, 2024 Gav wrote. Oh, and the audiobook was great. Love that we have a female narrator, and when the male characters speak, an actual man speaks, so it's not just a deeper, lower voice being put on. Okay, hopefully the Brimstone audiobook is exactly the same. Oh, I'm even more excited to read it now. Thank you so much for writing those notes down, Gav. Yeah, this is my first time having a physical copy of it, because I had the audiobook, and I believe it was on Kindle Unlimited last year. I love the pronunciation guide. Ooh, Ceres. That's how you pronounce the main character's name. Unless I've said it wrong again. Oh my gosh, there's like so much at the front. Even a map as well. I haven't seen any of this. So now I'm like, do I emboss this first title page or the dedication page? It's a little bit harder embossing pages that have like colour on the page, because you can't really see it all that well. So maybe doing the dedication page might be best, because then at least you'll be able to see it. Yeah, I'll do the dedication page, because this book is dedicated to me. Yeah, you can definitely say that much better than you would on the other page. Oh Oh, ho, 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 ho. Right, let's get this audiobook. Make a start on Lego, and I realised in the last Emboss Toss I built the Hocus Pocus cottage Lego. It just seems like I'll be doing Lego in Emboss Toss now. A little bonus segment. So I have just been for like the last hour adding in the books that I read in 2018 and some of 2019 on Storygraph. I really want to get my Storygraph all up to date. When I joined Storygraph earlier this year, it was just all the books I've been reading this year. I was not importing data from Goodreads because that was a mess anyway. I stopped using it years ago and things are just like all over the place on there. So I wanted to start fresh on Storygraph. So it only has my 2025 reads. However, I am like going through like slowly but surely adding in all the reads from previous years because Storycraft like crashed and so I can't really add anymore because I was just enjoying myself for the last hour since updating you guys. I have just been like doing this and listening to Christmas music as well. I decided not to listen to the Brimstone audiobook just yet, but yeah, I have like all of my spreadsheets from like 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24 in like obviously my 2025 spreadsheet. So like for the last like 8 years, I have had like my spreadsheets and they usually have like the date I started and date I finished. I don't even know if you can see, can you? Like the day I started and day I finished. Up until like the 24th of June, for some reason I decided not to add any more after that. Weird. But yeah, I'm currently doing that. And then, yeah, Storygraph crashed. So that isn't great. However, I was only going to do up to like 2019 anyway, and then get back to it and like do my Lego and stuff. I did get a knock at the door, like literally just before Storygraph crashed. I don't know if this is a sign, but I got a knock at the door and it came. I was so excited. Let's open this together, just like we did with The Strength of the Few, just like we did with Brigands and Breadknives. Let's open this together. Oh, that was so clean. That was so clean. Oh, eek. Oh my god. Oh my god. Beautiful. You know what? I don't mind. Oh, there's a sticker. There's a sticker. Oh gosh, please tell me this does not leave residue. Please tell me this does not leave residue. I'm taking off like so slowly right now. Oh no, it looks like it's coming off absolutely fine. I just did not want that there. It is actually like really beautiful in person. Again, I was not a fan of these covers when they first got released, but I think seeing both this one and Quicksilver in person, I've come to like them. I'm not a big fan of like the title being split though, because the title should be all one word. I'm still not a fan of Quicksilver Brimstone. Not a fan, but I think it still looks absolutely beautiful in person. Oh my god, it looks wintry. Oh wow. Wow. Sarah's Fane doesn't want power. The last thing she needs is to have her name whispered on an entire court's lips. Oh, I can't read the next part because it's a spoiler for the first book. Yeah, a heavy weight rests upon her shoulders. Her brother needs her back in her homeland. There's something that's mentioned at the end of that summary that's actually made me rather worried about this book. It has something that really made me begin to hate the House of Earth and Blood Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. Oh, I'm actually like rather scared about this now. In this one, it does seem like they have to be apart for some of the book. And if it's anything like House of Flame and Shadow, the two main characters were separated and all the male love interest ever did was pine over the female love interest and would not shut up and just had no personality outside of just wanting to get back to his mate. And that was really like pissing me off. It made Hunt such a two-dimensional, pathetic character. So it sounds like this book has like the main characters be split up for a little bit, at least. And I just hope that it doesn't... Oh, listen to that. Bit of ASMR. I just hope it doesn't go the same route as that because I want these characters to have their own distinctive personalities. I don't want them to have to rely on the love interest for like their entire being. I want them to actually be individualistic while also being able to come together and be a good pairing. But like every single time this happens, couples become pathetic and they just will not shut up about the other partner and it makes them have no individual qualities that I like. So I'm a little bit scared now, damn it. But I did give the first book 5 stars. Let's hope that Callie Hart pulls this out of the bag and surprises me.
You know that it's the time of year when certain things that you see and hear reminds you of the holiday. Oh, when I hear the bells ring, I think of you, and I start to say, hold me tight all through the night. Peace and calm is in your arms. Silent night feels so right. You know it. All is calm. All is bright. Silent night. You're the season's joy to me. My holidays aren't the same, you see. I long for your warm embrace. But when I hear the bells ring, I think of you, and I start to. You hold me tight all through the night. Peace and calm is in your arms. Silent night feels so right. Feels so right. All is calm. All is bright. All is bright. Silent night. Silent night, baby. Feels so right. Feels so right. All is calm. All is bright. All is bright. Silent night.
It's the time of the year when I wanna hold you close, my dear. Oh no, no, don't get me wrong. The other times are nice, but it's something about the holidays close, so nice that gets me in the mood. Maxing, chillin' to this old style groove. Blessed to the seasons, holidays that be. By the E to the N to the VOGUE.
But when I hear the bells ring, I think of you, and I start to say, you hold me tight all through the night. My peace and calm is in your arms. Silent night feels so right. It feels so right, yeah. All is bright. Silent
I brought my computer down again so I can do some Patreon sprints while I lie down on the sofa with a Christmas tree right there. I did finish my Arlong Park Lego, and while doing that I did get 205 pages into Brimstone. And I am really enjoying this again. Like, I feel like the plot is so good at the minute. It took a little while to get into that because I was a little bit concerned at the very start of this book. I was a little bit worried that we would fall into that trap that I mentioned before. But, you know, the inciting event has happened to make Ceres and Kingfisher split up because there is a mission to be on. And I love what it's doing to both of these characters, I actually think they are standing very well on their own, and they're not being over reliant on each other. They're not being like, oh my god, all I can think about is her, and all I want is her. I can't do anything else unless I'm back in her arms. You know, none of that. Fortunately, I'm reading this and I am very happy. So yes, I was listening to the audiobook up to this point. Now that I'm going to be doing reading sprints, I will be doing the tandem read so I can like actually sit down and physically read. Now I don't have the Lego to do. It was just like really nice to tune off. I feel like doing Lego while listening to an audiobook is one of the few things I can do when listening to an audiobook and still pay attention. So that was a really fun way of spending my time so far today. I also feel like I redeemed myself a little bit as well, considering I failed massively at that jigsaw puzzle. But the reason I bring that up is because the audiobook itself is engaging me. The narrators are fantastic. I love the way that they speak. I love that they have multiple narrators so that we have the, you know, the female voices and the male voices. And it's almost like watching a play in my mind. So starting off, there was the, you know, the sprinkling of the God, she was so fucking beautiful. God, she's so fucking beautiful. She is my mate. She is mine. We did start off with a little bit of that. And I was like, okay, a little bit of concern, but it's fine. People are allowed to love one another, Gavin. That's something that I've learned over the years, is that if there is a romance book and, hey, God forbid, the characters actually pine for each other, you know, I act like such a cynic half the time, but I do get it, but at the same time it does annoy me a little bit with the repetition of it. And this is the second book I've read in a row where the female main character tells us in blocks of paragraphs how beautiful they are. You know, we had that in Enchantra about how voluptuous she was and this, that and the other. We had the same thing happen in chapter 1 of this one with Ceres. She was talking about, you know, how good she looks. And you know what? I cannot hate on that too much. It's just funny that it's 2 books in a row where that's like just happened back to back. There has also been that whole macho overprotectiveness that Kingfisher has over Ceres. And I like the fact that Ceres kind of calls out how silly it is, the way that he goes on sometimes about like how she is mine and no one's allowed to touch her, and if you do touch her in a bad way, then I'm going to kill you and take your head off and this and the other. Even Ceres is rolling her eyes at this and she's like, oh, for fuck's sake, give it a rest. I love that. I love that. In fact, I love Ceres as a character. I feel like she is so formidable. She is now being thrust into this world that is totally different to the one she knew. And she really does have to adjust. She really does have to, you know, make good with what she has. And she is killing it, honestly. She is like doing really well. She is not letting anyone walk all over her. And that kind of character work is something that I truly appreciate and love. And this is also how you write sex scenes. I mean, I do wish some things like wet folds would retire, but considering Enchantra, and I'm going to compare this to Enchantra, there was a lot of like the male giving the female all of the pleasure in that one, and then in this one, and I mentioned about how I didn't love how it was written in Enchantra. In this one, we have a similar thing, except I love the way that this was written way more. This one was way more detailed. This one lasted a whole lot longer. It was just so steamy. It was amazing. I was freaking loving it. It just made me feel a little bit dirty. I was giggling. I was like, I should not be listening to this. Oh my God. But no, I was loving the way that this was described. And obviously there's the same buzzwords that, again, I'm not the biggest fan of, but you know, there's only so many synonyms for pussy, you know? So I get it. Sometimes the writing did slip to begin with in this. Like, for instance, in a spoiler way free of saying this, Ceres says, oh, I could never tell him why I'm scared of this. And yet 2 pages before that, she tells him why she was scared of this. Like, she was scared of something happening if she did something. She said 2 pages before that exactly why she was scared. I was like... So, like, that's just a nitpicky thing, but I am, like, really trying to pay 100% attention to it. So it just, like, took me out for a second because I was like, wait, hang on. You literally said, like, 10 minutes, you know, before in the audiobook about how scared you were of this, and you told it to his face. And yet 2 pages later, I can never tell him how scared I am or why I'm scared. You just did. But anyway, that is such a nitpicky thing of mine. But by chapter 9, honestly, plot was kicking off. It was getting a lot more intense, and I could see the trajectory of where we were going to go next, and I was loving where we were going next. So we're currently in the midst of that storyline, and yeah, I'm absolutely eating it up. I think it's great so far. It feels a bit more serious. I mean, the first book definitely still felt serious, but this one does, you know, I think up the ante a little bit. I feel like it's getting even more serious now. And I can let out the breath that I was holding, which, yes, is a phrase that was mentioned in this. But I can actually let out the breath that I was holding because genuinely reading that synopsis at the very end, and there's still time, you know, there's still time. Partways through, I still have like 400 pages to go. Okay, 450 pages to go. And there's still time for them to start to annoy me. But I'm trying not to be negative before any of that happens. Keep a positive mind, positive outcome. That's what I always say. And I'm very curious to see how much I actually read during sprints. I did have the reading speed of the audiobook slower than I actually read physically with my eyeballs. So I'm going to get into a rhythm. I'll lie down here all nice and cozy, listen to the audiobook while reading physically, and adjust the reading speed to match my speed. So it could end up going a little bit faster. I could end up reading still quite a lot in these sprints. Yeah, it's going to be interesting pulling apart the gilded pages now that I'm sitting down reading. I don't know if you can really see it. I did it with the first few pages and it's already like tearing a little bit, so I'm not the biggest fan of the sprayedness of it. I mean, it looks beautiful, but I think once I've taken apart all of the pages being stuck together, there's going to be like shavings, if you know what I mean. I can see that. You might not be able to see it because of the reflection and how reflective it is, but I can see it on the top there at the start of the book. That's like not looking as fresh. Oh my god, guys, it's snowing. It's snowing. Last day of Emboss and it's snowing. Oh, that is so pretty. But I've got to frickin' walk down. I want to walk to the gym in this. Oh no. Oh, but I love it. Oh, it's so cute. Yay. It's snowing. Ash, it's snowing. Toby, it's snowing. Crisis averted, guys. We found the Christmas box. Hello, Ash. So there's my little reindeer that I was talking about. And, you know, like little things that I've put around. Got some little Christmas things there. Found more things to put in the tree that hopefully still goes with it without overwhelming it. So yeah, we found the box. My mum has just been with my sister. And she was like, oh, do you think the box of Christmas stuff is in your boiler room? And I was like, oh my god. I think you've got a point. So we actually found it. But yeah, also they helped me put this on properly. So now it's like actually going down on top of the banister like I wanted. And what I might do is get another one and put it on the top of here. Put it on the top of here to go like down here. And I might be able to move this down a little bit more if I got another one. Which it's currently Black Friday sales on wearechristmas.co.uk where I got this from. And I'll be able to move this down a little bit more. So that maybe it might come a bit further down here, potentially. If the other one goes up to like around about there, I might be able to move this down a little bit. But I love it. I love it. I think it looks great. I do. I think it looks so nice. And also got the wreath on the door as well. So it's looking Christmassy AF up in here. I mean, I could probably get a couple more things. How about you, Ash? Do you think I should get a couple more things? Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. You're so cute. Only thing I don't like is that there's bloody glitter everywhere. So that is not ideal. I thought I got all the glitter out when I did my Twilight vlog. And I filmed that like a month ago now. And now I've got glitter from the Christmas tree everywhere. Genuinely, I think I have a glitter problem. Anyway, yeah, it stopped snowing relatively quickly after I filmed it. But apparently it should be snowing again today about 2 p.m. So I would like to try and watch that as well, see if that happens. My nose is so cold. I just put my coffee on my nose just to warm it up. Had my gym session this morning and I'm not going in tomorrow because Wicked for Good is coming out a day early for people with like who work at the NHS. So my friend Mark works at the NHS. So we got to go a day early. We got tickets for that. So I'm seeing it on the Thursday instead of the Friday, which means that I can't go in on my actual 1 year anniversary of training. So my personal trainer had a little bit of a meltdown when I told him, oh, I'm not coming in tomorrow. But it's fine. The session today went really well. And yeah, managed to get down there, no issues. There were like 4 massive puddles that I was trying to avoid on the way as well, because some of those drains are like blocked. So whenever the cars are coming past and they're like driving past and it's just like trying to swill me. So I have to like run half the time. But I read more Brimstone last night during sprints. I got to page 438. I was so close to finishing the chapter, but that's when the sprints ended and I had to stop reading. So I will obviously like finish the chapter. I'll finish the book today. I'm definitely going to finish the book today. And oh, Ash is so cute. Gosh, Ash is a little bit cold. I might have to put the heat on for him. Bless you, baby boy. Like, I'm sweating because of all of the moving about I've been doing. I've been in the shower and that. But yeah, don't worry, I put the heating on for you. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Do you wanna come lie on this? I read more of this, and guys, I'm still loving it. I think it's fantastic. I don't know if I'm like enjoying it as much as I did Quicksilver, but this is still so very fun. And one of the things that I have been loving about this is just how individualistic these characters feel. Like, I'm getting the point of view of both Kingfisher and Ceres, and both of them aren't constantly talking about the other person. Every now and then there might be a little bit, but I'll let that off. You know what? He's just acting out what Kingfisher likes to do to Ceres. Yeah, literal reenactment. They are their own people. They have their own goals and they don't feel like they are just in service to one another. There is a bigger picture here and they're both progressing the plot so brilliantly. So I am honestly loving this so much more than like a lot of the other like romantasy series that I've been reading. The plot is so exciting too. Like, I'm actually really enjoying the plot. I'm enjoying like the back plot as well of like the rot and what that is doing to like the kingdom and to the people. And some of like the rot and the feeder stuff is genuinely horrifying. Like genuinely horrifying. Something happened with a character and I was like, oh my god, please no. Please no. Like, I was actually like so invested. The alchemy too and Ceres's powers, it's so brilliant seeing that unfold. I don't know like what I've already said about this book yet because I haven't like edited up to this point. I've edited some of this vlog but like not most of it. But I'm loving seeing Ceres explore her powers, see them come more into fruition, learning about them, doing research. And there's like this whole like librarian kind of part to this too, and I'm really liking like the librarian side of things. I find that can be like a little bit funny every now and then. I didn't want to put it down last night. I was sitting in that corner there reading this non-stop, and again I have like the audiobook going on as well, and every single time the timer went off for the reading sprints I would be like fuck, because you know we talk for like nearly an hour. A lot of the times we talk for like nearly an hour during the chai bits, which is honestly amazing. Like, I'm so glad like we are like such a chatty yappy bunch. It like never gets awkward. There's never like, you know, a really awkward silence or anything. We are constantly talking and it's amazing. But you know, when I'm just like, I want to read so badly. So we did get like still a lot read. Like, I read over 200 pages during the sprints. Also, I'm not a fan of the quality of this book. It's like boring. It'll probably be able to tell more without the dust jacket on. But like when I'm reading it, it's like the hardback book of it is it's the quality is terrible. Like, it's It looked worse yesterday. I've been like keeping things on top of it. And like, say I'm reading it and stuff, but like, look at that. Look at that. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's like normal or what, but the book itself, like the hardback book itself, and then with like the tears and stuff in the gilded edges, like, I mean, that's where my bookmark is, but like, I just don't think the quality of the actual hardback itself is that great. Which honestly, I kind of don't care. I genuinely do not care. I say, as soon as I finish this, and I may end up embossing it, I don't want to spoil the ending, but like, it's just going to go on my shelves, and like, it's readable. Like, it isn't falling apart exactly, but it's just like, yeah, you know, just a little nitpicky thing, you know, like nothing too much. But no, I'm so excited to just sit down now. I've got some Christmas ambience on the TV. I feel a lot more Christmassy in this room as well. And I can just like plow through the rest of this now. No more visits from anyone today. I don't need to leave the house today. I have maybe a couple of posts to put out, but other than that, genuinely, all I need to do is just sit down and read. And I also got gingerbread syrup. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I got gingerbread syrup as well. Gingerbread oat milk latte does the job. Honestly, I swear, I'm in festive mode now. Festive mode. Brimstone, meet the brimstone. I have literally, in the last 5 minutes, finished Brimstone, fresh off the presses, and my last book for this vlog. I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was so good. Even though we did get into a little bit of Twilight territory with some of the conversations between Kingfisher and Ceres. And I was like, I'm getting flashbacks here. I'm getting flashbacks to like literally a month ago. And I was like, okay. But no, it was still fine. It was still fine. I absolutely loved the last part of this book too. Lots of action. Although I will say, like, with the pacing of this book, you will have like, you know, nothing happen, and then everything happened, and then nothing happened, and then everything happened. You know, it's like nighttime, daytime. It's like that. And it was a little bit jarring to see the plot kind of go a little bit like this. But when the plot was plotting, it plotted. And it was great. Like, I was so entertained. Yet again, I was so entertained. Some really good revelations by the end. And you know what? Sometimes I feel like I underestimate Ceres. And she surprises me. She does surprise me every now and then. She doesn't make us privy to every single idea that she has or every like thing she's going to do. So a lot of the times she will do something rather unexpected. And sometimes I think, oh, she's fucked here. But she manages to, you know, think of things. She manages to do things that she didn't, you know, let us know, the bitch. But I am loving her as character. Like, seriously, I cannot wait for book 3 now. I really want to see where her and Kingfisher's, you know, story takes them. So many intriguing things about Carrion as well, and some of the other side characters. But like, I think specifically Carrion, I think, is someone who I'm going to be keeping an eye out for in the 3rd book. Just such a good freaking time. I didn't love it as much as Quicksilver, I think. Like, looking back on it now, I do think I was like really swept up in Quicksilver last year, and it grabbed me by the folds. And this one didn't quite grab me by the folds. It had a little poke, it had a little rummage around, maybe got a little, you know, but like, it didn't quite grab, but it still had me. It still had me. So 4.5, I think, you know, 5 stars for Quicksilver, 4.5 for this one. I can see the vision. I can see where we're going. And I love it. I do. I love it. Which means now it's time to emboss. And I've put on my light thing. It probably looks lighter than it is, but I have this light thing. It is dark outside, and I am about to start editing this vlog. But I'm hoping with this light thing, it helps you to see me actually emboss it better. I'm going to have to do the dedication page again because I don't think you'll be able to see my emboss. I mean, you probably would, but it wouldn't look as good. But the pages are black. So I don't think you'll be able to see it come through as well. So let's emboss the dedication. Hope it doesn't fall apart considering the quality of the making of this book. It just isn't that good. Okay, let's do it. I love the satisfying crunch. I put a hole in it. Hang on, it's fine. It was like in the middle of the from. I think I went a little bit too hard, but I love the satisfying crunch of it. And yeah, here it is. Embossed. Mine forever. Mine until the day I die. Hopefully fucking soon. I'm kidding. So let's get all of the books. I've got the full-on stack here. Oh my god. It's like actually quite a lot. It's quite a lot. I can't believe I read all of this in Emboss or Toss. In future Emboss or Toss videos, we need to limit ourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I read like 6.5 books in this vlog. And the last time I did Emboss or Toss, I did 7. So it seems like 6 to 7 books in an Emboss or Toss is a kind of good amount, right? Do you think it's a good amount? Do you think I should lower that? Anyway, here are all of the books, all here physically as well. This is the first time I've held them, all of them together. I honestly feel like a proud parent. It's like Christmas Day and finally all my kids are together for the first time all year. This is what it feels like. So just to wrap up this Emboss or Toss episode, I did DNF the very first book for this, We Love You Bunny. I was not a fan, so that one is getting tossed. I then read A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett. I gave this one 4.5 stars and it got embossed. Then it was The Gate of the Feral Gods by Matt Dinniman. I gave this one 5 stars and I embossed it. Then I read The Strength of the Few by James Islington, gave it 5 stars and it's embossed. Then I read Brigands and Breadknives by Travis Baldree, gave it 3.5 stars and it has been embossed. And then I read Enchantra. I gave that one 3.5 stars as well, and that one is embossed. And then finally, I read Brimstone by Callie Hart. I gave that one 4.5 stars and it is embossed. So I do think this is my most successful Emboss or Toss episode ever. I stamped 6 out of the 7 of the books. I've embossed 6 out of the 7. There's only one series that I'm dropping, so if there's any more bunny books, I ain't going to be part of that. And yeah, all of these series definitely going to continue if there are going to be more afterwards, which I don't know about Brigands and Breadknives. I don't know about Enchantra, but the rest of them do definitely confirm to have sequels coming or already out, and I have them. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave all the comments down below. Let me know if you read any of these sequels in this video. Let me know if you have any anticipated sequels yourself. Maybe something I haven't mentioned, maybe something I don't even have on my shelves. But is there a series you're in the middle of reading and you cannot wait to get the next book? Tell me all about it down in the comments. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel. If you'd like to join my Patreon, then the link is in the description box. But yeah, I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye.